Hey, I'm live. Here while I find out some things. Paula and Persever setting up their stream as well. Unfortunately, tonight we do not have Associate Goblin. They had
Hopefully mine shows up the way I'm trying not to go.
Right?
We will see. Because I'm officially live now. I'm going to post out the little things.
I am live as well.
So hello to your chat and mine.
No Angels chat.
Let's see, where else should I post? We'll post some goblins.
Might as well.
Wipers. Alright. Hope everyone's having a good night. Or at least taking care of yourselves if you're not.
Where's darling?
I don't want to get on that on stream.
Fair enough.
I mean, the most I'll say is I may be trying to stream and putting up a progress bar on the thing eventually, just showing. I mean, hell, I'll say it to the stream too, because like I've said it to you guys enough that I'm hoping to get to a point I can just do this. But in order to do that, real talk, I'll just need to put up like, this is how much I need for rent and utilities. If I can make it, then I don't need to do my part-time, which means I'll just do this again next month. And just until we... And so it's like, I feel like...
Putting up the goals, yeah?
Yeah.
And thank you for the follow days.
Well, a fun thing, if we get a couple more, let's see, I got, 4 days ago I got a follow, which means I think we're not terribly far. We're at, I think, 24 from our own 200. Oh, Koala, thank you for the subscription. 6 months, been subscribed for, wait, 6 months straight, that's what it is, okay. Ooh, but I've been so glad to have you here.
Glad to know you. Koala.
I'm glad that Multi... Oh, my music's not playing. I am so glad that Multi introduced us. I mean, yeah, that'll be fun too once we get Multi back too. We'll be doing more games there.
We can finish our Halo run.
Yeah, part of me was gonna finish it with, and then I was like, yeah, but now it's getting close to when she's done. Maybe just finding something else. But, oh yes, we're gonna be pushing some stuff for site stuff because I know that they might be getting into some promotional stuff. So you guys might hear some more on that. We'll see. Keep an eye on both channel and Twitter. Actually, there might be TikToks in the works, which will be weird, but... Nikki, how have you been today?
My nose has been running a lot. That's about it.
Allergies? Or like a cold?
Allergies. Yeah.
Gross. Oof. Yes, big oof.
It's not been great.
Sorry to hear that.
As you guys may see, we are down a certain dwarf today, which he's, but he sends his best of luck, and he'll be a cardboard cutout for them. He'll be back next time, don't worry. Once our marsupial has returned, we'll go into a recap, talking about our last bit and get them rolling. Do it for some fun. Oh, I should double check on... Did my stream actually go up with the right title? Yes, it
appears
did.
it did, yes.
Hey.
So at least something happened, right?
Right, I should be good now.
Alrighty, welcome back, Koala.
Woo!
Doing good, Koi. How about yourself?
Welcome back.
Thank you. Everyone's favorite himbo is back from the dead.
It's just a rotation of the cardboard cutout status. We had it on you and for a time, and now it's on Crixus. That's great. Which
Saying
is
the curse has rubbed off on us.
I mean, the other one we had you trying to talk down the daemon. It was fun. It was.
Yeah, that sounds like something I would do.
All right, so I suppose we'll go right into the recap then, since everyone's here and with us. So, the last time we played, we wrapped up the end of the Festered Sun, bringing that to a close and bringing at least an ending to the spirit of a Kapanek as you ended her otherworldly eidolon that had led her astray. From there, afterwards, it seems that the city pushed to normalcy, while even as the Church of Pharasma wanted a moment of quiet. There was a bit of a bristling at the end of it between the Nisoi and some of the party, but luckily it all came to a pretty peaceful end. But with the opening of the Necropolis again, you were heading out to go to your assignment, which seems to be a temple. And it could very well be the Sanctum of the Erudite Eye that one of the rival groups has been after. This was most likely the case, given that you were ambushed by a group of thugs that were in the ruins, and this group of thugs in the ruins, when you interrogated them, said that a woman in a very large, ostentatious pink hat, and as they described the rest of the group, you realize that it seems to be them. It seems that they hired them actually before, well, the first day of the Festered Sun had them come out here and hide from the patrols looking for the source of the curse, as they just stayed here and went after anyone that looked like they were going for the temple itself. As such, it looks like they have actually a few days on you, that they've been there for 2 days, so, or the majority, more like, well, just under 2 days. But in any case, they've had some time to examine the site, and if it is them and whoever it is, and so you're likely going into a hostile scenario. You have returned them to the guards and spoke on it, and as much as they said that they can send some guards that direction, but it's more they have patrols and such, and they'll report it, and obviously it's kind of on you guys to apprehend them at that point. Obviously, so not getting the most help from the point, which also seemed to be a little bit of the bristling as well, as it seemed like some of even the Church of Pharasma was a little colder than they've been for the rest of the time. But in any case, your time is yours. You guys had left from the guards. Potentially go back and ascertain if they are there or if they've already cleared out.
Yeah. Suppose we should back there.
Sounds like a plan to me.
So, what's the plan? I mean, they set these guys up, and these guys didn't exactly just talk to us to try and kill us right away. So, like, do we just, we see him, we start blasting?
Seem like they're likely to be hostile.
Maybe give it a second or two before we start blasting. But in case of emergencies, have blasting on standby.
Fair enough.
It would just be bad if they weren't necessarily completely hostile and we attacked first. That would look bad for us.
For the sake of the city map, I'll show you where the... Let's see, let me get to that. Oop, that's not my...
Thank you, Koi. Sorry, I was paying attention to Twitter and such. Good to see you by stopping by though.
Okay, sorry, so I have to double check where, and I'll mark it for you. The Sanctum's place is this building right here. Give it a different shape so that it's distinguished.
The square one?
Yes, the square one.
And that's where we're going, you said?
Did that change properly? Yes, that is where you're going.
Cool, cool.
Trying to figure out something that just happened there. Oh, no, that works right. Okay, I just don't get how that... So, sorry about that, I just have to get this, make sure I have this all set. I thought I uploaded everything I needed. Huh? Oh, indeed I did. Alright, here we go. So, as you approach the building, you realize that you had walked past it once for the first. But the... Back to where it was... There we are. But otherwise, it seems to be the central section of the building is symmetrical, although most of it doesn't look like the rest of the architecture of the area, with wings and extension on both sides. That, apart from the uniformity of the stonework, appear to have been additions rather haphazardly added. There's a large dome over the apse that tops the roof at the north end of the temple. It is entirely windowless, and the exterior walls are carved with likenesses of the Nethys and other celestial figures. And unless otherwise noticed, there are ceilings that are, most of them are going to be 15 feet high, and all of the rooms are dark. So you can see that there are no doors that are imposing upon you on the grand entrance of the building. And let me move you over to the map now. We will... You'll find it illuminated near the center here in a moment. And if you'd like to, feel free to drag yourself into light. If you do end up ending in the shadow, I'll move you into a space of vision.
I was born in the darkness. Oh, did by it.
Alright, Bane. Still, I do find it, you know, speaking of just a very short mention of the Batman things, my first experience with Bane was the Batman and Robin movie, and I thought he was the most, like, lame villain ever. And then, like, later on I met him through, like, Batman Beyond in the animated series, and I got the comics. And I was like, oh, damn, he's, like, one of the most badass. And so I was so happy to see him actually properly represented. But I still just go back to the, man, did they did him dirty in that first movie.
I think my first impression of Bane was through what is it? The DC versus like Marvel fighting game or whatever. I don't know. He was in some sort of fighting game, and
yeah, he's been in a couple. He's kind of awesome.
Oh,
yeah,
welcome. Thank you for stopping by.
I forget what fighting game it was, but he just looked like completely drugged up, and I was like, he's on some shit, and I love him for it.
I mean, yeah, that's how he was.
I always loved the kind of Jekyll and Hyde sort of mantra it seemed to be from him, you know? And I'll get this all around because you could get a good lap around the place. So you'll see all how it's not exactly but like the description, it's not exactly a symmetrical design apart from the main temple. Like the main design you'd recognize is very similar to even like the temples that you've seen so far. But it's very clear that they just kept adding on. It's a lot of fun for a tool that can only draw in squares. Off.
I think there's a polygon reveal.
That one never seems to work well for me, and it tends to, like, if I misclick at all, it'll reveal half the map.
Gotcha.
So I'd rather just... So it's one of those just... I'll take the time, and I'm almost done. I should have taken the time to just make the shadows, but...
Yeah, nice with the shadows.
Alright. But you can see in the main area there, as it's just kind of hanging open, there are two humanoid statues that are on either side of the stairs, wearing black and white masks, holding quarterstaffs. Just inside the entry, there are 2 rows of columns leading to an archway in the north wall, and 2 smaller passages opening to the east and west. Because of all the times for him not to be here, it's a check that is automatic for anyone with stone cunning. Sarik would be able to tell you all that it's very clear that the stonework is far more maintained than most of the stonework in the city for its age.
I guess I could probably ask Sarik this question, but because I'm a paranoid person, do the stone statues of the humanoid figures look too detailed, as if someone was petrified?
I mean, potentially. I mean, yeah, there's always the things of, like, they do look phenomenally carved. They do look like they could potentially spring alive or guard the temple at a moment's notice, yes.
Exciting.
Lovely.
Who doesn't love caryatid columns, especially at level 3?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
Like, they only hit for like 46 average. It's fine.
Stone statues are very, very vulnerable to fire, right?
Classically, yes. It just melts them into lava.
Maybe if they're made of jet.
So, shall we try to be stealthy with our approach, or just march right on in?
You can see if there's a layer of dust and sand on the floor. That's just, since without any sort of door frame, it makes it fairly easy. And actually, you know what? Seeing the player view of what that looks like, man, I'm just gonna open this all up here. We'll just.
I mean, we can try and be stealthy, but are any of us actually stealthy?
Starts singing the Wellerman.
Soon may the Wellerman come.
Also, it's ironic that Sarik's the one that couldn't make it today when I picked a spell off at level 3, especially just for Sarik.
Ain't that a bish?
You have Char. Char will be the role of Sarik for today.
Clearly.
Just put a fake beard on the wolf.
Unfortunately, I don't think Char is a person. Thus, I cannot enlarge them.
I think of Char as a person because he's a pupper.
Best pepper.
Yeah, Char is best boy, and because best boy, it works.
We should go further in.
I know it's scary when we don't have our guys like, well, I'm just gonna die, so walks in.
Yeah, where's our person that walks forward and asks, are they dead yet?
Yeah, we don't have our meat shield that survived a whole level without levels worth HP.
We
without
don't
half
know.
their levels worth of HP.
Yeah.
We don't know what we're missing until it's gone.
Okay. Dev, as you start moving up, first of all, you can see a bit down that hallway as you're stepping up, but you do see that there are some bodies in this hallway. You would be able to see that there are some corpses scattered about behind some of the pillars. You can also see that this opens up there, and that seems to go up that direction. That goes towards some sort of dais up there. But, however, the bodies in here seem to be of some, look like jackals. But it looks like they've been relatively recently killed. I mean, the blood does look like it's dried a bit. And the sand does even cover it some, as it looks like it's blown in. However, as you all begin to walk in, there you would see that the skeletons of these things seem to be rising up out of their bodies as they kind of slough off their flesh. And judging from, I mean, you hear nothing as they kind of like make a bit of a. The first one as Dev approaches right next to it. There is kind of between the pillars, kind of prances its feet, and you realize that if it had vocal cords, it'd be growling. But let me get. I don't think I have a token for a skeletal dog, so I might just.
Heard of fall off the bone ribs, but this is ridiculous.
But this is going to be initiatives, but let me get their tokens up, as there seems to be a good portion of them.
Alright, where are my fireballs? Where are they at?
Okay, all my skeletons are humanoid, so we'll just look up jackal. Maybe wolf.
I'm trying hard to avoid it.
Oh, I know. It's not quite the same.
Trying hard to avoid the joke.
Oh, what's the joke?
Jackal, it's a jackal, it's a jackal, it's a jackal.
Jackal? It's jackal.
Jackal. Is it a jackal? Jackal. Jackal.
Didn't even say it.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
That's a lot of jackals.
Hobbs pointing to each one. It's a jackal. It's a jackal. It's a jackal.
Oh boy.
Yep.
But that'll be initiative between you and them, so I would say feel free to give me initiative rolls.
That was the perfect time for charm person, right? It'll totally work.
Totally will work.
Totally. Oh. Didn't roll too bad. Good job, me.
Pat self on back. Good job, me.
Yeah. Accidentally light self on fire. Oops.
Oops, somebody got a 20.
Yeah.
Oops, just 20s. Oh, Jesus
Oops.
Christ.
Oops.
Jesus
Deckel's
Christ.
paying for all the fucking crits they got last night.
Oh, yeah. Alright. So putting these in the order, they had 7, so.
Dev patting self on back. Good job. Accidentally pushes self to ground. Oh shit.
Not really the Mummy's Mask, but last night Deckel managed to like crit every single freaking mini boss and boss I threw at them.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. Dekel was just a murder machine. I liked it.
I had a similar thing happen in my my Curse of Strahd game that I was playing, where my character really hates anything that is vampire related, and rolled 3 insight checks to see if people were vampires, and rolled natural 20s on each one. And I only have like a
I'm
plus 3
checking
insight.
everybody.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I was like, you motherfuckers.
You motherfucker. Alright, so let's shift up to some action music.
Oh yeah, I should probably give music for my chat to listen to. Hey, pull up the old YouTube.
So yeah, the first couple group are actually all gonna bound out after Dev because yeah, nearest target and all. So this one here comes around the corner. It's gonna try to bite. And not even break 10. The one up here is going to charge down. don't believe a 15 hits you.
I don't think so.
Please double check so we can be accurate.
$24 is my AC.
Okay, so literally, even when they're charging, they need a 19. When they're not, they need 20s. All right, good to note. Well, the one next to you is going to make the attempt. And a miss as well. Griark.
Gosh, well, we're not gonna be stealthy at this point.
Yeah, stealth out the window. Fight.
Pretty much, especially if I start using my gun. So, I'm just gonna shoot the one because I see they're all kind of getting on Dev, but I'm more worried about them like getting up on Hobbs too. So I'm gonna shoot the one nearest Hobbs. Some devs can take it, but Hobbs is a soft boy.
A single tear. They really did miss me.
It's an 18 on touch and 6 damage.
7 with point
7.
blank.
I always forget the point blank.
Yeah, the bones scatter into its own corpse as that one's destroyed.
Yep, swift action reload, and I'll just move over here. Just have a little bit of like cover.
All right, Hubs.
Free action. Give Griark a supportive pat on the butt as they walk past.
Yeah, good game, good game.
Yep. I missed you too. Great to be back. All right. I know that Dev probably has it, but I want to give him a little bit of help just in case one of them decides to start getting a little frisky. So I'm gonna firebolt, or ice shard / firebolt, whatever we're calling it, to this one, the one on the corner.
Fiery icicle.
Yeah. 10.
The one on the side did charge. Let me see. Their AC against touch. That is still going to miss.
Ah, darn. Sorry, that's a rusty.
To everyone else, you were still here that day, so they're just like, what?
Yeah. I may have been physically there, but mentally I was just completely checked out. I'm just gonna take a step back, and that'll be it for now.
Is that different from any other day?
Hush you. I'll firebolt you next.
They gang up on 1, so they're gonna all go for Dev, which is probably best AC-wise, but... See, this one can draw a straight path, so he's gonna charge. And the other one won't be able to. So this one goes with the 5. The miss. Although he would have flanking, but still a miss. And the other one's gonna move up and surround Dev as they all start trying to dogpile on them.
Ha!
So he'll have flanking, but no charge. Oh.
Oh.
See, I knew one of them was gonna get frisky.
Alright. So for 3 damage, one does manage to bite you.
Ooh, little jerk.
But then it's your turn, and Char's.
Yes.
I imagine Char's gonna get a free bone here.
Right?
Angel, look in your chat.
My chat. Multi! Thank you for the gifted sub and the bits too. Oh, and I gotta give one. Okay, here you go. Ada. Multi, how are you doing?
Yeah, I was like, you probably don't want to miss this.
We're gonna have to add multi to some of these games, you realize.
Fuck
Oh yeah, fuck yeah.
I'm down for a 5-person party, but
Give me multi or give me death.
what you gonna do, Dev?
Sorry, was dealing with sheet being stupid. Dun, dun. back at the bottom right one, I guess. Oh, thank you, Nikki, for the 3 sub.
Okay, thank you.
That's not a good smack.
No, it's not. So swing and a miss.
Ours not any better. So,
Yeah, unfortunately, that is also going to miss, even with flanking. All right, on to more doggos. Which I do believe all of them have an angle for flanking, at least as a Y flank. Especially since there's multiple, so they'd all be able to draw a Y.
Pack tactics.
Yep. So, they all continue to try to attack at Dev.
Multi, thank you for the gift.
Maltese being a sweetie.
Yay!
Alright. So, miss. 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 Oh, I did forget the one thing. The one that crit should have had a trip attempt. But you could have gotten... No, but that would have triggered. Fuck.
oh, multi resub, thank you.
What's your CMD, Deckle?
Good question.
Okay, even with the flanking that wouldn't do, because they add 0, and so the flanking adds 2. Okay, so we're good. Exactly where we left it. Griark.
Gosh, Griak would know this, but I've forgotten because it hasn't come up in a minute. Dev's resistant, right?
I was literally thinking the same thing.
So I know for sure Hobbs is. I'm pretty sure Dev is as well. But it's like Griak and Dev have traveled long enough.
Yeah, if you are, Deckle, I'd say answer that.
Sorry, say that again?
You're like fire resistant, right?
Distant. Yes.
I love how we both thought like,
It's a lot of
Alright.
different things up on Dev. It's like,
yeah.
yeah. Hey, Deckle. Yeah.
Mostly
I'm
mindless creatures, so that they tend to do very simple tactics.
Yeah. Direction move. I think like right here, I could get those 3 with burning hands. I never remember the count. Because burning hands has a weird count.
It's a 30?
The way to remember it is do 2 5x15 rows with one square that is the same, and then you just fill in the square between. That's how you make it. So like,
Oh, so basically like a 3x2 and then just one little dangly bit.
3x2. Well, not really 3x2 now, but
Alright.
it would basically be like, if the way to figure out, and I'm gonna draw it away from where you are just so we can. But basically, you got the one here. Oh, that color was a. What the hell? Why'd it come out like that?
Mm.
Wait, does that show up as a different color to you guys? No, it is
I
gray.
don't see anything.
Yeah,
No,
we're-
it's super gray. There is a box there, right?
Oh, I see it.
Oh, there, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how it because I had teal selected. I don't know how it did that. All right, we're gonna try that again. There it goes. So see how there's 3. That's a 5x15 or 5x15, 5x15, and then you fill in the square that connects. Then you have a 15-foot cone. So 15-foot cone.
Could I start casting it and then move to a release point?
I mean,
It's fine. I'm just going to cast from where I'm standing.
yeah, actually you could, because I'd be holding a spell and releasing it. So
Because I actually don't know if I can get up here in my move turn. Anyway, so I'm just going to cast from this direction. It should still hit roughly the same amount of people anyways. But yeah, I'm just going to burn hands to jackals.
okay, from which ones are you trying to hit with it?
The ones to the left of me.
Okay,
I think it gets the one past it too, but I'm not sure.
You would have to move closer to do that, but yes, you could hit that one. Because if you angled it straight out, if you do it straight out, then you just make it smaller. It doesn't go 50 feet out; it goes 10 feet, but then you're kind of wider if you're not aiming at a corner of a square.
Hmm.
Because then you basically make a mushroom.
Gotcha. I'll just do it from here.
Okay, so that just hits the 3 on the right. So
Yeah, for 8. Well, there's a reflex of 14.
okay, so 2 probably failed. Let me get to there.
And
They...
multi. Da-da-da.
Ooh, I like Deckles. Alright, so 1 makes it and gets burnt heavily, but is still standing. The other 2 cease moving and just turn into scorched bones.
Boys.
And that puts it to Hobbs.
Is Deckle fine?
Yeah, it didn't hit Deckle.
Oh, okay. Mine is like 100% gonna hit Deckle.
Duck and cover Deckle.
Like,
I cleared the way for you to be able to fire directly into Deckle.
yeah, like I'm gonna move like here, and then that I should be able to get the other 3.
Yeah. As long as you're okay with hitting Deckle, yeah, you're...
How resistant to fire are you, good friend?
See, now that's getting into the realm of meta. It's more just that you...
You know
Well-
what? No, that's... No, I'm not gonna hurt my friend. It's fine. I'm just gonna firebolt the one that's in this little...
You do what you're gonna do.
Do whatever you want to do, Hobbs.
I ain't gonna hurt my friend.
I mean, charge far enough to potentially get a charge here, so I mean, yeah.
Pew. Fuck.
That's gonna hit.
Oh, Pog. 3
4.
points a day.
4 with point blank, unless it's already on it.
It's
Oh.
already in it.
Okay, so 3.
Thank you for the
All right.
hydrate.
It's there.
Ooh.
Oh, I just
Oh,
thought
Gabriel's
Hobbs
here.
had
Hey,
the
Gabriel.
extra fiery damage thing.
Hmm?
I thought you told me you had extra damage to fire.
Yeah, I do 1 extra. So 1 for the
Yeah, it
point
has
blank.
2 added. He rolled a
Yeah.
1.
Oh, okay.
Also, Gabriel, you're not stealing Deckle, even if it's to watch Buzz Lightyear.
No,
Yeah, how
you
dare you.
cannot has.
Yeah,
Science, if we're gonna watch Buzz Lightyear, hell, Deckle, we got a list we gotta watch in VR.
Right?
Gotta watch some Kenobi, gotta watch the rest of Mando, gotta watch, like, WandaVision. Alright.
Slate a week in VR.
I'll move over here. That'd be it.
Alright, so I guess Charge defending you, so I suppose could Charge the one that got wounded by Nikki. Seems like a logical move for the wolf.
Yeah.
They jump.
Chomp.
With the charge goes to a 16, which that will end that one. The crunch. And that'll put it to your turn.
And I will smoosh the north one. Smoosh. Oh,
That is not a smoosh.
no, it's no smoosh.
No smoosh mouth.
No, Mr. Superman, no here.
Why are you trying to smooch the jackal?
Because it's a jackal. Is it a jackal? I think it's a jackal.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, he's going to try to smoosh back. They chomp with a +3 because he lost his... Yeah, that's a no. The one over is going to try to move into flanking because they do have their animalistic instincts. But he's going to try to chomp. Chomp. But a nope. Which goes back to Griark. Persistent little puppers.
Sorry, we're sneezing. Yeah, I'm gonna just shoot the one north of Redev.
I'm just doing like that anime dodge scene where you're just doing crazy movements in between all these.
4 damage.
It was a Dragon Ball Z where you just see them like dodging a million like lightning fast punches.
Exactly.
Dev just has their hands in their pockets, but just like bending out of the way of everything.
Yeah, I might look more like Vash the Stampede, just fucking flailing everywhere.
Which one did you shoot at? North or south?
North.
Okay. So yeah, you hit it. The bullet does crack their bones, but they're still up. All right.
That's it.
Hubs.
I already wounded the southern one, so I'm gonna try to finish it off.
Okay.
You. That should do some damage.
That's
So you can
some
see
damage.
19.5. Yeah, that'll render that one immortal. There's only one left.
I flip it off.
Yawn.
Can't do it.
Flip it off.
Of similar, what is it? Similar instincts. Char's gonna start moving to a better flanking, although it's not gonna, and then bite.
Oi.
Ooh, but that's gonna miss.
Fair enough.
Then Dev might be able to clean it up.
I will try.
Deckle, you really should have stepped west to get the Y flank on. That's a miss.
Yeah.
Smoosh. No smoosh. All right, it has one turn to kill all of us.
Gonna turn on Char.
How dare you? You son of a
Ah,
bitch.
how dare.
You'll die for your crimes.
I don't believe that confirms, but that is gonna deal 3 damage to, or not 3. I didn't roll the damage yet. Oh, so 3 damage to Char.
Alrighty.
You knew. Premonition.
I mean, that was the best
Ooh.
result.
I think missing would have been the best result. Griar.
Well, I meant on a damage roll.
That's true. You know what? Just for that one's already damaged. I'm just gonna throw a disrupt undead at it. I mean, it's still a touch attack to hit, but it's just like, you know. That actually might fail. Live on touch.
That's gonna miss.
Unfortunate. Yeah, that's the turn.
Okay.
All right. So I blast it. Give it the old finger gun. Maybe. Nope. No, I don't.
We've all suddenly become inept.
Yeah, now it's this Jackal's turn to do the dodging shit.
Yeah.
Well, maybe Char can get his vengeance. Char will 5 foot into flanking and go for a bite.
Man, activated Ultra Instinct mode.
Hmm.
But he's gonna miss. Dev?
Alrighty.
There you go. Yeah, and you shatter to bone dust.
Oof.
Bone meal.
Yeah, hit one.
Okay.
Good
Golf
job.
clap. Well, good chance they know over here now, though.
Still seems these things pretty quiet.
Which way?
Hard to say. That way up forward seems like it goes probably into the main area. We don't know what they're looking for though, so we have no idea which way they would have gone. I guess we could look for tracks. We could see if see any footsteps or anything.
Yeah, you could do that for certain. I think there is a check involved with this room, but let's see. Survival.
Hopefully somebody's good at that, because I'm not.
Survival. This page has been real slow today. Let's see. Mine's a +0.
Well, that's not very good.
Yeah.
Still
no.
technically could roll better than I did, though.
I could have.
You could have. Well,
Oh. We are lost without our dwarf.
Greer, you are able to determine that it looks like there are at least 4 humanoid creatures that have passed by within around actually the last 24 hours.
but no idea which direction they went.
I mean, it looks like they've gone through all 3 hallways.
It's been like wandering around. All right.
Yeah, and you can notice at least 4 distinct different ones. And judging from how that party was a bunch of different races, it's like, well, that follows. They had humans, they had elves, they had a half-orc.
Gotcha. Well, it seems like they don't know where they're going either.
Go ahead and give me a perception char as well.
Good at these two. Oh shit.
You see something a little bit odd between Dev and Hobbs. As it looks like there's something that is peering around the edge here, but it looks kind of like it's made of stone. But it also, from where it's coming, doesn't look like it's standing in that square, but more like it's almost attached to the wall and peering around the corner at you. Before, as it catches your eye, it suddenly seems to just kind of pull back out of sight. I don't know if it went to go somewhere or if it's... It almost seemed like it was part of the wall, but on the interior of that room. I would say, Hobbs, given your experience, I would actually give you a Knowledge Planes if you'd like.
Yes, I will do that. I'm like, please don't be weeping angels. Please don't be weeping angels.
You're pretty sure it's weeping angels.
Oh God, no.
Check its CR. Okay. You're actually fairly certain of what you just saw. And judging from also what Griark observed, you're fairly certain that that is an Akkat. An Akkat is a elemental. It's an earth elemental. They're usually fairly small, but they can get larger because they meld with the buildings. And they usually keep the building... They basically are kind of similar to like house gnomes, if you've ever heard of such a thing. But they basically try to keep a building maintained and structurally sound. But then they attune to a building, and then they can move within the building. The way that it seems to be blended in from what you saw, they generally like to take on some of the designs. So like if there's like a painting of a person, they'll turn into a person. If there's a statue, they might be the statue for a moment. But you are aware that they're keyed to a keystone. That basically the keystone is basically something that if you speak the right language and speak to it, and then you can basically give it commands.
Do I know if the Akka are normally like this one appeared to be shy almost? Are they normally like non-hostile? Like
it's whatever they've been told to do. Like if they were told hey, we're under attack, let's defend us. But you would also know that it's like by default they're generally neutral and usually only like their building. That's like their go-to nature because they're one of the elementals that basically are very happy with just the set of law. So it's like they're not lawful neutral in that terms because they will utterly do anything chaotic if just told to. But you know that it's basically they like buildings. They like the fact that their stone is being used to make something bigger and more sound. So they find like basically as long as you're not here to destroy things, they're generally happy with you. Now that being said, you know that the orders could be anything, but that doesn't mean that it necessarily likes the orders.
This is like the longest shot because I have a -1 in this, but can I try to sense motive on that specific Akka to see if it was like afraid of us, if it was running away because it's going to set up an ambush, like what it's...
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll allow it. It's definitely not an easy check. You lose on
Huh?
bird glimpse.
It's definitely better than I could have rolled.
I would say that the only one you get for now,
Mhm.
you don't know its intentions, but you do sense that it was just trying to get a precursory glance. Like it probably was aware of your fight, and it's probably scouting you out to make further decisions.
Okay. Then I'll just say openly in Terran, because that you said it was like in
They're Earth Elemental based, but they speak the language of their creator. Most Akkad speak ancient Osiriani because they are an Osiriani concept.
Shit. I don't have ancient Osiriani. Oh, one of you do, don't you?
I do.
We appear to have some people watching us, or less people, more elemental. Perhaps just saying that we're not here to harm the house itself, we're just looking for some things might bode well for us.
Yeah. I'll speak in Dragon Sariani and be like, hey, we're just here to look around. We're not here to, like, damage anything. You want to talk?
The building just hangs quiet.
Well,
You do hear a bit of ancient Osiriani that seems to be coming from the east hallways. You actually hear a voice that just calls out in a rather heavily accented Osiriani that seems actually a little bit hard to understand if you're based on as you can tell it's ancient Osiriani, but it's someone there. Help! They've done things to the building.
No. I'm hearing. I don't think it's the thing, but there's something coming from the east.
The first time you hear the voices, you just wouldn't be able to understand them. Other than you'd maybe get words because it's basically like comparing Elder English to English. It's like yeah.
Well, maybe we should go check it out then.
It's early lead.
Right.
Who's first?
Not it.
I'll go.
I will as soon as I can.
I will cast Mage Armor on myself. Just to have it there for now. I think... How long does this one last? An hour?
Your level should be like 3 hours.
Sweet.
Which I also cast Mage Armor myself.
Sorry, my character sheet's been like real slow recently.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Yeah, I've caught your curse. What'd you do? What'd you do to me? Okay. Alright, I'll head over this way and peek around this corner here.
Okay. You can see that you have dark vision, right? I believe this was the dark vision party.
Yes.
Okay. So you can see another opening there. You can see as there's a small bit of looks like a refreshing pool there, and then it looks like it opens a bit to the right as well as northward there. Ooh, voice got a little froggy there. Wilhelm scream. I wish I could do that on command. So, otherwise, the voices seem to have mostly stopped.
I'm looking behind me to see if anyone's actually going to follow me or if they're just going to stay in the corner.
I'm still frozen.
Ah.
What? Why are you frozen?
I switched tabs on a character sheet and it's been frozen for 2 minutes.
Oh my goodness.
An evil curse has befallen our friend.
Deckel's seriously just gonna have to make a new Roll20 account or something.
Maybe.
Yeah, I almost suggested that during the week. I was like, do you want to just try making a new account and see if it works?
I mean, you should probably just do that and see if it works anyways, and see if that finishes the slow, and just be like, hey, so...
I mean, Cursive could just move your token in the meantime.
Yeah, if you want me to say you're going with, I could have you and Char go with.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're going with.
Yeah, all right. I'll go to this corner and peek around it.
Yeah, so as you can look in here, you can see what looks like down there. There's looks like some food seating and some. You see the start of what looks like probably a kitchen over there. As you look into here, you can see some double doors that lead into that same chamber. You can also see further across. There's an immense tiled pool, but it doesn't look like it's supposed to be very deep. But it does look like the ceiling vaults to images of celestial beings, and there are columns that represent the 4 elements, with a ring of hieroglyphs at the base of each pillar. However, directly to your right, you'd see as there's an opening, and you would see as there's a figure standing there. Let's see if we got. There seems to be a human woman. Looks to be a Sariani. Looks fairly traditional, but let's see. We get some good tokens for them.
Hobbs just slicks back his hair.
Puts it partly out.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking of Hades. What is my hair out? All right. So as you see there, that standing a bit closer to the opening, you would see as there's an Osiriani woman wearing a traditional headdress. Looks like they're wearing robes that actually look to be black and white, kind of speckled and such. Looks like the shrine behind them doesn't look to be in great repair, but otherwise they kind of look over and just seem a bit bewildered, like kind of surprised to see you. But
I will give them my brightest smile and my friendliest of waves.
to which they kind of raise a hand, and then that same kind of, you don't understand it, but just as they raise up, just like, what is going on? What have they done to the temple? Everything is old.
I will ask in just basic Asariani because I know that language. I'm not necessarily familiar with your language. Are there any others that we share in common?
There's probably a moment that she kind of looks back to her. Looks like they're both priests of Nethys, as she kind of looks to him, and he starts speaking a bit, and you'd make out words of just like the language is different as they seem to be playing it off. But
Grick would come up besides Hobbs.
Looks like your translator.
All right, baseline. What year is it to you?
Starting off with the hard questions.
they kind of look back and forth, and just the 4137.
That is out of character to Greg. That's all at least like 500 years off, right?
Yeah, 4140 was the Plague of Madness. So that seems to be implying that it was 3 years before the Plague of Madness struck, and it was very sudden. It wasn't like a slow growth. It was just you're there. So, but yeah, the guy seems to be giving you a skeptical look, but the female kind of walks forward. He steps forward and kind of like motions after her, but she just kind of seems to be kind of looking at Hobbs, kind of looking at his garb. Oh, here, let me open up the pool. You can see.
So, bad news and good news. Which do you want first?
Just kind of raises an eyebrow at you.
Bad news is you've been apparently plucked out of your time to, like, how many years is it? Like 1,000? 500?
Yeah, that'd be about 500 years off.
You've been plucked out of your time to about 500 years into the future for you.
I will say one thing that you notice is that as you're talking, Char seems to kind of curl up his top lip and seems to be growling.
At?
I mean, just...
What do you see, boy?
here, just in case.
Can I try and sense the motive of anything being wrong?
Go ahead and get a d20. I'll use your character sheets too. You guys all can.
Well, I got a 1, so I'm just...
You're just trying to figure out the math of everything. Griarch, you're a bit uncertain, but Hobbs and Dev, you can see that there's a bit of a glimmer of some sort of magic, and then it sort of fades as you realize that that's an illusion, and that's an undead corpse that's talking to you. That's
Oh.
You also get a sudden wave of what just smells like grave dirt, and you realize that's why Char is growling, because he can smell it.
Oh.
I mean, the good news is you missed a plague that would have, like, certainly killed you.
Wait, is everyone dead? She seems to be stepping closer.
I'm gonna step up ahead of Griarch.
Yeah,
no.
I was about to.
I would say that's probably going to be initiative, because she's probably going to reach and try to grab you.
Yeah, I was about to reach and try to grab her in exchange.
So we'll say initiative to say what all goes down right here.
Okay.
Shift back over to action. Ooh, good reaction time. Alright. These things add 6. It's going to be a 20 and a 23. Yeah, so as you guys begin moving forward to try to intercept her there, you'd see as the male is going to step up to try to grab Dev as well. So as he quickly kind of lunges forward and goes to grab Dev. And yeah, he's going to go for the actual grab. So with a +3, so you're 17. Ooh. Yeah, so 22, he does manage to grab Dev. And as soon as he does, you'd see the illusion fall off him in a bit of a... as if sand falling off of him, and then you'd see as the same falls off of her, as they seem to be two very undead forms that seem to be the same one, but the mouth is just hanging open in a silent scream. Seems like they're even unable to... like, you're probably wondering like how they even spoke. But in any case, yeah, that's going to be his turn. Griarch.
Am I able to tell what kind of undead it is?
Knowledge religion.
Actually, I'm ready to put points into this time. 16.
Yeah, and undead are 10 plus, so, and it's 0 to recognize undead anyway. So, you can recognize that those are Huequava. They are basically walking corpses. They're basically people who were faithful, who lost faith in their god before their death. So basically they then create an aura of faithlessness that basically depletes divine power in their aura. You would know that they are... they do usually carry a disease in them, usually filth fever, but it can be a variant. Which is usually delivered by claws or when they grab you, which means they probably just infected Dev. You know that they move fairly quick for undead. Their weak save is fort. You know that you need magic or silver to pierce their DR, and they have standard undead immunities. Otherwise, they generally rely on their claws.
Well, shit, that's a lot of information.
And you would know that during daylight hours, they have a special power that allows them to turn into basically human and speak. And some Huequava even try to be good during daylight hours. However, during night hours, their lethality goes up, but they cannot use the human power. But no matter what happens, they always smell the grave. But doesn't mean that some haven't. Some tried to turn away from it, but these obviously aren't good ones.
Yeah.
They are fully intelligent, so it does mean that. But most hate and are envious of life for still living, or especially, and they hate anyone who is any sort of religious.
I mean, just good things to Rick's not here, I guess. Sorry, my nose is just killing me tonight.
You're good. I'm just gonna crack open a soda.
I am going to burn a first spell slot, put a flaming on my gun. Worst news. I'm more protective than I am willing to try and redeem undead. And I'm just gonna fire at the dude on the right.
Okay. Yeah, the one that grabbed Dev.
11 to touch.
12 with the point blank.
I guess 12 to touch is point blank, yeah. I always forget.
Which is gonna hit. Because they grappled.
So 6 damage, 1
7.
fire damage, and point blank damage.
Alright, so 8 total, and the fire does seem to hurt them. And
Yep.
because you made your weapon magical, it goes right through the DR.
Well, that is my turn.
Alright, which then goes on to the female. The female is going to go to try to grab Hobbs in a similar manner.
Okay.
Because she doesn't have to move, so...
AC is 17.
this is against your CMD.
15.
15?
Yes.
Okay, so she does manage to grab you.
Fuck.
So you are grappled, but that is her turn. Dev. Both of them just grabbing each of you by the neck. As...
Joke's on you, I'm into this shit.
I'm going to use my Wandering Spirit ability to channel energy.
Okay.
Arm undead.
I love that Greater Hood Quabba are just those zombies from Ocarina of Time, because those are the ones that can paralyze you with the stare. And it's like, that's literally just those things. The ones, whenever they saw you, they'd scream and they'd start walking towards you.
Yeah. It's DC. See it. It's in half level charisma.
So they both got a will save. So their will is 5, goes to a 7 because of their aura of faithlessness.
DC would be 14 for half damage.
Alright, so 7 and 7. Okay, so they're both going to take half damage.
Well, that's freaking useless anyway.
So they sizzle lightly with a point of or a point of positive on each. Sorry, Deckle. Yeah, unfortunately, that aura of faithlessness gives them a +2 against anything divine or channeled energy.
Those Char can go around Hobbs and get to the one.
Yeah. He's gonna trigger from her and just still
Doesn't have to.
threaten. Doesn't he?
Can't he
Oh yeah,
step to the left?
Oh yeah, he could go diagonal there, yeah, and then go here. Yeah, because 5, 10, 20. And actually, at that point, he could go here. Actually, wait, does he move 40 like a normal wolf, or does he have less? Oh, okay, he could go all the way around, then he could get into good flanking.
Yeah.
And she is currently grappling, so... Yeah, or I guess the question is, do you have a natural attack? Because then you would still be threatening her. Or no, you don't threaten anyone who's not grappling you. But, never mind. Well, he'll still get there and try to bite her. They chomp?
Chomp.
Feels...
I
Alright.
don't want that undead meat in his mouth.
Probably not. I mean, at least he's kind of fiery. He'll burn some of that fear off.
Right? Alright. Hobbs, speaking of firing.
Yeah, two rapid fire questions. Number one, since I'm being choked out, that means I can't move, right?
You can't move away now. You'd have to release yourself from the grapple if you want to move.
Okay. Question number 2. Isn't there some sort of rule that, like, if I cast a spell within melee range, then they can get an opportunity attack unless I do something?
Yes, and then also you need a concentration check just to cast while grappled.
Oh. That's even more shitty.
Yeah. Now that spell-like ability, or not the spell-like, but that supernatural ability that just is like the firebolt, that's not a spell, so that one you could do. But it is a ranged attack, so you would still trigger from her, because she still threatens you for grappling you with her other claw. She doesn't with the main claw she's holding. Only one hand can, because you only threaten the person that you are grappling. Or being grappled by.
I was gonna do my burning grasp and try to grapple her back and make it a little bit more spicy, but that feels like that's gonna be a really shitty idea. So I am just gonna.
You could
firebolt.
defensive cast and go for the concentration, which isn't. I mean, you're a dedicated caster, which means you're not gonna be bad at it. But if it's a level 1 spell, that's gonna be a 17 on the defensive cast, and then you just gotta beat her CMD.
I mean, fuck it. I haven't tried it yet, so why not? Let's try it. So
since she's grabbing you, there's no attack roll because you just deliver it through your body. You could just basically choose, you get it for touching me.
Yeah. So what do I do? So what do I roll to make it work?
I need 2 concentration checks. We'll say the first is because it's the defensive cast, because that one could just lose the spell immediately.
Cool.
I mean, they both could technically, but
Where the fuck?
no matter what, you won't take damage for this, which is the upside. You just might lose the spell.
What's a concentration check?
Should be on your spell page. There should be a.
Okay. Sorry, again, first time doing this.
Oh, you're good.
Concentration check. I found it. So +6. Alright. 13.
Okay, and then give me the second.
Okay.
So this one's for the actual spell work. So
16.
okay, so for the actual spell one, you know that this one would normally fail if you don't, because it's double spell level, and I assume Burning Grasp was a level 1?
It is a level 1.
Yeah, so it means the check is a 17, so you know you failed by 1.
Damn.
So it's mainly just if you want to spend a hero point or something, but if you don't, then you're going to lose the spell.
Do I have any hero where the fuck are those? I think I have a hero point.
You did level up, so you should have a hero point.
Oh. Yes. Yeah. Fuck it. I'll use the hero point. I want this bitch to burn. She's grabbing me. Yeah. Didn't you say like we can use the hero point to just like add 3 to the roll or something like that?
Add 4 after the fact or 8 before the fact. So yeah, 4 after would guarantee your success.
Yeah. Then I'm doing it. I'm adding 4 after with the hero point.
Okay.
Cool. So burn.
Yep. So go ahead and hit the spell. Oh gee. All right. So. Yeah. So. Yeah, she burns. Does that spell say it starts them on fire, or?
It's naturally
shocking grasp,
so.
Okay, so we'd have to look at others.
Can grasp really only do 1d6?
Yeah.
It should be a d6 per level, so you should be doing 3d6.
Oh, does he? Am I stupid?
Yeah, I use shocking grasp on my magus.
All right, so 2 extra d6.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a little better, and then add 2 more to that because of my.
Yeah, 2 damage per die.
Yeah. So an extra 10, so 14 damage total.
You incinerate her to dust.
Good.
She just you don't even hear the scream, but you just see the mouth kind of open a bit wider as she just is burned away.
I look down at her. That's for grabbing my throat without consent.
All right, so the other is going to try to maintain the grapple on Dev, which I think you said you were 17, right?
I'm normally a 19. Or no.
19. Okay.
CMD, you're right.
Yeah, CMD.
Edge. Might have been right.
When I asked with
18.
the wolves. Okay.
18.
Okay, fair enough. In any case, they fail to continue to hold because they only got a 16. So instead, then he's going to slash with 1 claw since it takes him. He won't be able to take a full attack this turn, but. So this is with the +5. 20. What's your regular AC?
24.
Okay, so he misses. Griark.
Shooty rootin' titty.
Blam blam. Thank you, ma'am.
14 versus touch.
She'll hit.
Bang.
8 plus 3.
And he's gone as well.
Yay.
How would you like to end it, Griark?
I just want to like shoot the hand that's holding Dev, just like shoot it right off his body.
Okay. And with like an expert shot, you just hit it, and the fire just kind of courses up some of the dried flesh of his arm and just burns him down as he just slumps down into a pile.
Excellent.
I'll take you out of combat. I do need you guys to mark someone sheet that basically. I guess I'll roll it in the open. Because you guys, since you're aware that the disease exists, you know that it usually takes anywhere from 1 to 3 days to onset. So for Dev, it's gonna take 2 days, and it's gonna take 1 for Hobbs. But you don't know that; you just know that it's coming. But you guys are diseased. You'd be able to tell where they touch you seems to be instantly infected.
You.
Pill fever basically manifests as infected pustules that seem to just kind of look very septic.
It's okay. I made a very good note about it. A lovely woman choked me out, and now I have a virus.
Wow.
Well, that was upsetting.
You would see as the vase right here suddenly is picked up from beneath it by what looks like a stone hand, and it hurls at, we'll say 1, 2, 3, 3 arcs behind. So,
Hey!
Hobbs.
Hey!
What's your AC?
Currently 17.
Yeah, so it misses and just shatters at your feet as it seems like the shit brain. You know what this is? What? Why? Fucking Akkad. The Akkad seems to have just thrown a vase at you.
We're being friendly. What was that for?
The hand just seems to linger for a second, go back in. You know, just from since you made the knowledge roll, you know that's not normal behavior for them, which means most likely it has orders to do so. Because it wouldn't destroy things that are decorative of the house.
Yes. Also, Miss Lovely DM, you said somewhere there were 4 pillars that had 4 different elements and hieroglyphs?
Here.
Cool. My fucking planes brain is like, I need to see this.
Greg's just gonna use Mage Hand to like sift through the undead bodies, see if there's like anything there.
You would see that they have, each of them has what looks like priest or priestess garb, but you would see that all the iconography of Nethys is defaced. The shrine in here is also very heavily defaced. Telltale signs of Hoikwala. They can't stand to look at any existing god, and especially not the one that they had. It brings them shame. It's also how you can actually cow them. If you're actually a follower of their god, you can actually cow them like into submission.
Bunch of jerks.
But the pillars with the hieroglyphics are at the back.
Oh, I'm going to go and look at those. 1 second, party.
Probably want one of the. Actually, this one it's just Griarka for the Ancient Osiriani.
Oh, yes.
Right.
But can I make like a knowledge planes check to see if I like know if what this is, like what this is supposed to be?
It's knowledge planes. I'll allow it.
I'm like, I don't know if it's decoration or if it's a summoning thing or.
It's Jackal.
It's Jackal. It's Jackal. As soon as my Google Chrome decides that it wants to continue to respond again.
My
Oh,
curse
no,
is
the curse.
spreading.
Yeah, the curse is spreading.
You've been diseased too.
Oh no.
Nickel, when did you choke me out? I mean, when?
Did I snap your choke? What?
I made a
joke or what?
I said, Deckle, when did you choke me out? Because that's how I got.
No,
the last
I know.
three.
I'm just I was making a different reference. Bad. Not for anyways.
It's 18 plus.
after stream.
After stream.
We will.
No, it's also because the character I play in a private game is definitely at 18 plus, and so
Yeah.
just a bit. Sorry, Nikki. Thanks for DMing.
Listen, all I'm saying is Hobbs wants to join.
Look, we could do a special
the-
stream.
Give me the sign up sheet.
Chris, you might want to move the camera.
Yeah, I'm getting on that right now.
So I rolled a 29.
Yeah, and I see that. So, looking between them and with the translations of Griarch. Oh, I gotta get up the action music. Let's get over to the.
Wait, why action music?
No, I said get off the action music.
Oh, okay.
Not get off to action music. Different.
All right.
Different stream.
You'd be able to tell that the hieroglyphics here seem to be pertaining to that it seems to be referring to this as a sacred pool for the sake of summoning and divinations. Seems like it's referring to the purposes of let me get to it. It's not so much about water, but about all creative energies of what the different elements could do, especially in the desert. The deeper ones, because you rolled so high with it, what you would notice is that it seems to be also with the help of what it is alluding to. It seems to allude to a verdant wind that translated the desert, or transformed the desert from a wasteland to still daunting, so that only the strong could survive. But then it also added valleys in which different types of creatures and oases were others, and whereas like the fire and lightning could strike where they need to, whereas the wind and the water would go where life needs to. And it basically is alluding that the verdant wind seems to be alluding to from your knowledge, you know that there was a point in elemental history where the elements were more just forces of just sort of death, and they seem to be more forced into a creative aspect. And then that's part of where Nethys took special note, because once the desert became less hostile, that's when like people such as Nex, the Grand Wizard, he built a lot of his stuff in the deserts because it's a blank slate. If you want to build a forest, you could build a forest. If you want to build an aquatic nation in a pool, you could do that. And so, but that all occurred after the verdant wind, which was said to be just a green wind and not related to the wind element.
You just see Hobbs like looking at these pillars, and after someone reading the descriptors, essentially like a kid in a candy store, like eyes completely alight with just how happy he is for all this new information.
If anyone has knowledge history, there's an architectural fact that okay, yeah, and it is asking for 15. So Griarch, you would know that a sacred pool is very common in the temples, and especially in like there's the grand pool outside, like what you manifested in the Pharasman temple, and you know that even the houses tend to have one, like what you saw at the mansion. But it's very rare for it to be indoors. That's not something you normally see. That's actually kind of odd. But its exact purpose isn't evident.
Unless we're actually outdoors. No? Alright.
Tough crowd.
Go ahead and give me... Or actually not. You're good, never mind.
Any idea what we do with this? If we do anything with this? Very well could just be historical novelty.
I have no idea.
I'm guessing there's a pillar for each element.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Usual stuff. You got like a cantripy that's a flame, right?
I just slowly blink at you. I am
Put a little
Flim.
fire in the fire hole. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, just for funsies.
I can.
Like, if it's gonna do anything, I'll do something. If it's not gonna do anything, that's not.
I do my little. I'll do spark. Not trying to cause damage, but like, if there is an area on the fire pillar that looks like I could make a fire happen.
I mean, there's probably a spot where like there's just the emblem for fire that you look at and you think that it could be it, but as you make a spark, it doesn't seem to respond at all.
Not that simple then.
Don't have to unlock some fifth element.
I believe the fifth element is heart.
Well, I don't know what to do with this, or if we have anything to do with this. We're kind of looking for people, so if we don't know what we're doing with it, then
Yeah.
unless there's, I mean, it's a pool, but it's not a pool, you know.
Yeah.
Like even in the other parts of this place, there's still water. Even in that other house we were in, there's like a pool, but it had water still in it. This one doesn't. So it could be a pool, it's not a pool. But unless it's a pool, it's not a pool that opens up at least the people we're looking for, then I don't know what we're doing with it.
I feel like it might be important, but it's something that we can definitely come back to later. I mean, it's not like this building is going to go away.
We hope.
Yeah.
Hob says, completely unsure if this building would
Yeah.
vanish at any point.
Shimmers out of existence. You motherfucker, Hobbs.
You activate the self-destruct by leaning on the one out-of-place rock.
Exactly.
Alright, where to next? Shall we go after the thing that was throwing pots at us?
Yeah, I kind of not happy with that
guess.
thing.
Honestly, like, I feel bad
It's
if we
a
actually
great
had to,
time
like...
for someone to have stone cutting.
You would know one thing about the uncut that might help you, at least if you're dealing with it. You can't kill it. It won't be able to manifest in a room if you do, for a short time. But the only way to kill it is to kill it either in the vicinity of, or destroy, or just destroy its keystone. Whatever room has the keystone is the room you can kill it in. But at that point, you could also give it an order.
Yes, I'd say let's not try to kill these things, because they're not harmful. They're just doing as ordered. So let's try to find the keystone so we can change what it's supposed to do, and then, maybe we can have it tidy up the place, clip it as our own. Who knows? Listen, I've always wanted a pool. Friendly wink.
You know. Over here.
Okay, so in the room to the east there is a kitchen. Let me see the full-on description of that. Otherwise, yeah, there's a dining area. So you can see a stone enclosure with a rounded top and a hatch in the front. You can see some cabinets and such that look like they still have some of their utensils and flatware. Looks like a hatch to an interior granary, but otherwise, then there's just benches and shelves, but all of it's sparse or dust covered. Nothing seems to have survived the ravage of time in here.
Hey.
Do you
Is
think
this
there will
like
be
a
any...
Pantry or something?
As long as there's no
Yeah,
giant
the granary,
spiders
probably.
waiting to kill us.
Or swarm of beetles.
Yeah, I'm gonna specifically look for giant spiders or swarms of beetles in this area.
Go look under that door, see if there's any bugs.
Doesn't seem to be any bugs in here.
Yeah, whatever. I'm gonna open it. Be ready to burn.
Mahmoud is ready to... That's my secret, Captain.
Player copy, I can't open there. There we go. you can see, sure enough, there's a small grain silo there that looks like it has a hatch to the outside. But otherwise, it's all... There's an excessive amount of dust that you realize is just the grains rotted to dust. Probably. So, yeah, nothing really in here. Didn't look like any... looks like this one's made better. It's sealed pretty tightly. So, no bugs ever got in here.
Until now, a swarm of beetles just from behind us. Just
Surprise! Swarm of spiders and scarabs!
Okay, I guess I'll go this way.
As you look out there, you can see that there's a bit of a stage here with some pillars. Looks like a raised section that goes even higher there. But otherwise, you can also see... Let's see that, but you can see some pillars that go to the same dais there. Looks like the statue there... Let's get its descriptor. I don't know if it's specifically anyone. But... It's a lot of past grandeur and majesty. Oh, it's a fountain, not a... it was a circular pool in the center of the chamber. The bottom of the pool is decorated with a great mosaic eye made from tiny colored tiles, and the hieroglyphs are covered into paving stones ringing the fountain. 2 rows of columns supporting the ceiling, which you can see. And you can also see a cabinet over there. You can see another set of doors on the far side. And you can make out that there's a doorway here, although it's blocked from your view by the stage, but you can see the doorway itself. Let's open up all that there. We'll open up that. Yeah, that works. Doesn't really hurt. You'll be able to see that. But yeah. At the far end of the hall, there's a massive statue with raised arms. It's overlooking, and then, yeah, the stone doors exiting the chambers. It's 40-foot high dome and then 20-foot high ceiling. There are hieroglyphs ringing the fountain, but you'd have to get closer to read them.
Sweet. In.
possibly go wrong?
Clearly nothing. Doesn't look like a boss room at all.
Welcome, my step in.
I miss you a lot too, Multi.
Yeah.
So, yeah, as you come in and get a better look, you can see the interior of the side here, but I think Griork was your only translator for now, and or did you get
Yeah.
Of Ancient Assyrian, yeah.
Okay. On the sides of the walls of the fountain, you can see that it seems to say in Ancient Osiriani, seems to be saying Pool of Protection, but seems to say it on different sides and such. The water itself looks very clean.
Yes,
Any idea
strange
what a
fountains of
pool of
water
protection
always-
does?
Both spoke at once.
Do you have any idea what a pool of protection would do / mean?
You could try to spellcraft if you want. I might tell you a little bit.
Sure. Probably not.
Unfortunately, yeah, with that you wouldn't even identify it. You would just be able to tell that it's potent magic. Seems to be a very strong source of it.
That's magic of some sort. That's all I know.
Let me see.
Char sniffs at the water, but kind of looks at you, seeing as you're being distrusting of it.
Out of character, I'm just thinking of, fancy fountains. and
Nothing's
birds.
gone wrong drinking water out of random fountains for you ever.
I mean, to be fair, that was on the Mashtu Temple, so
Yeah. I mean, it worked out.
it is also Nethys, though. Nethys isn't exactly known for always being nice.
Listen,
Who would label something dangerous as a pool of protection?
Listen.
You
Hops
can't
be
die if
thirsty.
you're already dead. I mean, if you want to drink it, Hobbs, just let me know.
I'm gonna do something real quick. I'm letting the dice decide. Oh, you motherfucker, dice! You decided to go right down the middle, didn't you?
The dice are like, nah, you do it, dog.
I was trying to check my skills.
Don't put
I
this
think
on
I
us.
have spellcraft.
I'll let you spellcraft before I take a swig.
Take magic then.
Yes, I have it. But I can't do anything.
Okay.
Everything's happening in slow motion. No.
Yes.
Yeah, fuck it. I take a swig. Why not? What's the worst that could happen?
Nothing, clearly.
Listen, I already got cursed once today. Like, what's another one?
It's okay. Someday I'll be able to identify it.
So
You can
clearly-
identify it from my corpse.
So clearly, Koala drinks it and gets turned into a female Undine. Nothing was. No, just kidding.
Hog!
Oh, that would actually be amazing. God damn, I should have done that with like a temple where it's just like, elemental based people could just shift between the 4 forms. That'd be awesome.
Yes! Let me
but-
drink it and be hot. Hotter.
Yeah, different kind of hot. No.
Yeah.
Just kidding. No, in all honesty, as you drink it, you would feel a surge suddenly go into your magic as it feels a lot stronger for a second, and you realize very specifically that you've gained. I don't know if you have a spell that can do this, but you do become immediately alerted to it. That has enhanced your abjuration magic. Basically, what immediately happens is that you gain a immediate slot for an abjuration spell, or if you have one prepared that you can recast, or if you don't have it prepared. Basically it'll resume one, or you can cast it without eating its slot. If you're spontaneous, you just get an extra slot for it. And then that spell, when you cast it, will be +1 caster level and a +1 bonus on its saving throw. And this effect lasts for 24 hours.
Ooh.
Nice.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think I am. But my thing has been a little slow. No, damn it. I thought mage armor was abjuration, but it's conjuration. Fuck.
Mage armor isn't abjuration?
It's not. It says it's
conjuration.
conjuration creation.
I guess that makes sense. Yeah, you're creating armor, but
I thought it would be abjuration because it's a protective thing around you. Damn. I don't have any abjuration spells, so
Yeah, I have one. That's alarm.
Alarm!
is that?
yeah, I'm all about evocation here. Yeah, I'll drink it. You see Hobbs' eyes glow for a second. That was some pretty fucking crisp water.
And then you're just like, you feel the magic, and you're just like, I don't have good spells for that. Shit!
Yeah, this is the best water I've ever drank. I'm so powerful. I can't do anything with this power.
Where's the fucking evocation pool?
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's there's just a lava pool, and you see Hobbs like, oh no.
I mean, that's probably in Mauritia somewhere.
Doesn't seem to be any other effects other than it, but
Good news, I'm not dead.
Well, that is good news.
Man, I do have protection from evil. I can protect from evil real good.
Here, you want me to transfer the water over to you? Hobbs makes that kissy faces.
perceptions, including Char.
Oh no!
Is where we get a pot thrown at us again?
Yep. I was not a fan of your sexual comment, pot.
Pots hurl, everyone dies. Well, I didn't know shit.
Hobbs is on it today.
The pool, it granted me sight beyond sight.
I still see better.
You do technically. I just love the bitch.
Love you.
Hobbs is gonna like catfight here. Both of you would spot that back behind the statue of Nethys, you see something leaning out and looking at you, but it seems to just be a singular eye with teeth around the edge of the eye. It seems to be clad in what looks like sandy linen. That seems to just be kind of giving off like a bit of a it looks very torn and ragged. It seems to actually kind of drip sand, but as soon as it sees it, kind of it looks like it's trying to hide. Knowledge planes can assist you here.
Oh, it's another thing.
Can you roll higher than me?
No. I'd have to switch to my skills tab.
You might be able to tomorrow. Do you know the funniest thing is I was actually going to take an abjuration spell whenever I leveled up, but I decided against it.
Not like I'm gonna get something super powered for abjuration.
Yeah.
I do think Crixus's character has abjuration spells, so
Oh, I'm sure he
Oh, yeah.
does.
I'm absolutely sure he does. But yeah, I was gonna take Peace Bond.
Oh yeah, I thought about that too. I'm like, do I really want Sky to start using this against me?
I already used Peace Bond. What are you talking about?
I don't think you've ever used it against me.
Yeah, I don't think I've used it against you, but it's very common in TLZ, and most of the NPCs have it. So, I mean, I used it against Sint in the Kingmaker because the Paladin did it to him when he started getting threatening.
That's true.
Oh yeah. Fair enough.
But we didn't disapprove of that, so.
that conversation.
I'm gonna be
Yeah.
dramatic.
Beerbeck bio.
So, do me a favor, guys, and if you don't have it, say if you don't have a skill, so I don't sit here waiting for it too. And I'd appreciate that. In any case, Hobbs, you would recognize that as that's another div, kind of like the floating head you fought in the other house. That one is an Agash. Oh gosh, let me get the. You two also both rolled high enough that you would also spot that there seems to also be a glowing golden hand that's creeping along the ceiling that seems to be hovering over, and it looks like it's watching it, like it's trying to gauge where you are to it. But yeah, Agash are. Sorry, I just gotta find their description. They are basically the embodiment of ruin and misfortune. They generally like to spread doom. Basically, it's said that anyone who looks into their eye will see something terrible befalling them, be it their death or just pain or scarring the vein, making spellcasters lose their magic, stuff like that, whatever their worst fear is. But they tend to move staggeringly and look more emaciated than they are. But otherwise, you would know that they have Spectral Hand to deliver. They have a bunch of curses at will that they can do at touch, but otherwise they tend to summon a Spectral Hand and then deliver it that way. So it looks like he's trying to maneuver it above you so he can drop the floating hand on one of you. But you are also aware with your roll that you need Cold Iron or Good to hurt them. They are resistant to acid and electricity, and they're immune to fire and poison. They have spell resistance against spells too.
No.
You would know if they do fully gaze at you within 30 feet, which you're luckily further from them as you spotted them, as they seem to be back behind here. But they get to basically mess with your mind as they fill your head with bad vision. So they can confuse you, shaken you, stun you, or just deal untyped damage as they basically start melting your brain. You are aware that protection against evil makes you immune to their gaze. There's no roll. And then otherwise, they can also summon sandstorms.
Good. Great. Fantastic. I will relay all of this horrible information to my party members.
I'm back.
They also can warp at will, and they can summon more divs. So it's lots of bad things.
Yeah. Probably the worst things, honestly. But seeing this hand above us with a 24, would I know that like if I target the hand, I could destroy the hand?
Yes, since you're familiar with spells and such, because you have spellcraft, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so you'd be aware that the spectral hand costs them HP to summon, and when you destroy it, it's gone, and they'd have to pay more HP to summon it.
Does the hand share the same vulnerabilities, weaknesses, resistances, all that stuff to the
Yes.
main body?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Fuck. I'm going to tell the party there is a evil eye behind that pool pedestal. What is pool over there? And there is a hand slowly making its way across the ceiling towards us. I'd recommend destroying the hand first, and
Okay,
then
that's a thing.
and then making sure that that quickly follows behind.
Okay, Dev, please don't move, because like the hand's moving, and so it's like you can talk and such, but it's actively doing stuff. So we're gonna have to go into some level of, like, you guys have seen it, so now we're moving in rounds. It's less initiative, as you guys basically spotted its stealthy move, because it can't see around the wall. So I will make a token for the hand. Just understand the hand is on the ceiling.
Yes. How far up is the ceiling?
Actual hands can fly, but it is actual flight. They don't just move. So it's like, but it is 40 feet on the brown sections and 20 feet on the gray. So right now it is here. So it's 40 feet up, but actually closed horizontally, and they can drop straight down. So you gotta be careful. Let me just see if I can find the. There we go, conjured hand, perfect. So, getting close. You can always time to aim it when it drops, if it's out of your range. Since you see it, you don't know if he saw that you saw him.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't know if I
basically you
can-
guys are. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a 30-foot range, so that's out of range for that spell.
I mean, how high up is this again?
On the brown section, it's 40, and then where it moves between, basically the square between, it goes down to 30, and then it's 20 on the gray. So basically, these squares would be 30.
I mean, if it's pointed out to me, I'll just shoot it.
Yeah.
So in that case, arrange yourselves into an initiative.
Yeah, and I'll relay. You said it was immune to fire and poison, and it was resistant to cold and what else?
It's immune to fire and poison, resistant to acid and electricity. Cold, that doesn't have anything for it.
Oh, sorry, I must have misheard. Okay.
But it does have spell resistance.
Yeah, it does have-
Dev, you just put yourself in whatever order you want. I was just basically asking you not to move willy-nilly. But
Well, probably.
Okay,
I guess you
well,
can put yourself onto the list however you want, but and chart there then. So Grey Arc is firing, so we'll put you there. And sorry, just double checking the AC of a spectral hand. UT as the bullet does hit the hand but passes straight through it.
Oh, that's annoying.
I will hold a ray of frost if it comes within 30 feet of me. So it has to start to drop or move onto the gray.
yeah. Going to 5 foot and ready to hit it with my hammer, old iron hammer, or Morningstar.
Is that the spot you want to stand to do so?
That puts me in reach of one. I think so.
Which And charge, just waiting. See if it can attack something, which will then go around to his turn. So yeah, it's going to skitter around as it travels down. It has to go down 10 feet, so that's going to be 10 feet, but then it can move 40, so then it's just going to float over here and then drop.
Oh, alright. Blasted it. Shit. I rolled awful.
Zelda hands.
Alright, time to be punished for my hubris.
Yeah, and he still has to do a touch attack. Melee touch. So what is your... Oh, geez. That's a 20 on touch.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Actually, oh, geez, a 22. He gets a +2 on attack rolls with it. Yeah, wow. Alright, so in that case, then I need... I believe this is a will save?
Cool.
Yes.
I won't save. I won't save the will save.
Alright, you get a -6 decrease to your charisma. As you suddenly...
Oh!
Yeah. It's not damage, it's just a penalty. As you just feel this, like, this black sand erupts around you, and as it does, you look older, you look uglier, you look scarred in the face, your voice is more haggard. It seems like it took away all attractive qualities in a burst.
This is literally the worst thing that could happen to me.
And then the hand is now floating right in front of your chest. It's still there.
Where do I put this -6 and miss?
I think there should be a section for just, yeah, like misc. It's just not damage.
There's a damage and then a drain. And then...
It's not drain or damage, just...
Oh, yeah.
Misc will work, just make sure to put the minus so it goes down.
Yeah.
You cannot reduce it below 1, but yeah, that might have just fucked your spellcasting.
It did. I now have a 0 modifier for my charisma.
Oh, yeah, which means you can't cast level 1s.
Yep. Well, that's fun.
I'm sorry, he goes for the prettiest looking person.
It's fine. Fine. You just admitted that I'm the prettiest, so honestly,
Yep.
this is a win for me.
Yeah.
Here's the question.
What's up?
If he goes for the prettiest looking person, and that's based off charisma.
Oh, it's also because he plays himself off of,
Okay.
like, as being the himbo.
Yep.
All right. Fair enough. I was trying to save you there.
No. I'll accept my fate. I suffer from success.
But
Be attacked.
Griark. You can target, it's not grappling him or anything, it's just a little bit of melee touch, so it's just hovering in the square right above him.
I mean, my fucking last shot didn't do anything. I'm just gonna 5 foot back, swift action add. I think cold is the only thing they weren't resistant to.
Cold is fine.
So I add cold, and then I'll just take another shot at it if I can do it without hitting Hobbs.
It's in the square directly above Hobbs, so
All right.
it's a tiny creature. So it can technically occupy the same square, but
Yeah, 12 to touch. I don't know. If it's that small, probably not.
double checking if it gets any AC because that is not going to hit.
Womp womp. Well, I tried.
Yeah, their baseline AC of the spell is 22.
Yeesh.
It's a good spell. Spectral Hand is undervalued.
Step up and strike.
So you do manage to reach up and hit it, but like the bullet, it passes right through it.
There.
Yeesh. How much freaking... Because incorporeal, I guess.
It seems like non-magical weapons are doing nothing.
Well, then we're all fucked. Forever.
I mean, it has a controller who's not incorporeal.
Yeah, I thought this would be the best game plan, but it's not. I've made a grave mistake.
So, Deb, anything further?
No, I don't think so.
Hobbs.
Well, they
See
tried
your reflection in the pool?
I cry immediately. I don't think we've actually been able to hit it with a magical thing yet, so I guess I'm just gonna try to Ray of Frosting it again, because I can still cast a cantrip, right, or a level 0?
Yes,
Or-
level 0 spells. As long as you don't go to a negative modifier.
Well, I'm currently at a 0, so
Yep, so you can technically cast cantrips.
yep, I'm gonna try to Ray of Frost it again.
You destroy it.
3 cold damage. That was for my face.
Because 4 of it's from natural armor and 8's from size, so its AC is 18 to touch. And it had only 3 HP, so...
Kill it! Kill it before it makes another one! It's behind there. Point over in that direction. Hobbs is distraught. Hobbs is trying to invent a paper bag to put over his head.
Yeah, if Hobbs points it out, I don't think I can see it though.
Give me a perception. It'll just be a new one against the same... Actually, yeah, it's the same stealth roll that he rolled before.
Well, as once again I rolled a 1.
You're just like, the fuck? The statue did it? Are you... It's Char's... I mean, Char's just kind of waiting. Are you just sending Char up there, or are you waiting? I'm not saying you should, I'm just asking if I don't want to pass over Char.
No, I have him move with me.
Okay. You do hear a kind of gravelly voice, just like but it just seems to be more in your heads than actually sounding. But you do hear it coming from that way, so you do hear that there's something behind the statue, Nikki. But otherwise, it's just that, isn't it so funny that so many faithful get so ruined when everything goes to hells? And then you'd hear just this kind of pained, but yeah, sure enough, he is making another one. Why did I delete the hand? Alright, good, it's still on my thing.
I'm like, you know what's funny? Back where I come from, we would actually try and help you and find you a nice living situation, but just shotgun, we're not back where I'm from. And here, I get to do whatever the fuck I want.
He just kind of... Let's see, how fast can it... The spell just moves to wherever it wants to go. And it moves as you desire within the range, so yeah. In this case, then, he's just going to send it flying out and comes through the statues. And he's going to shoot that one straight at Greyark for that. And this is what I want to do. But he is going to peer around the edge of it, though. So it does look like he's giving you a target, as he's no longer in total cover. But he is watching around the edge, which Hobbs at least knows that that's bad if you guys get close. But no one's within 30 feet of him.
I mean, if I've got a shot,
First. Ooh.
yeah, it's probably gonna hit then.
Yeah, it's a 29. So I need a will save.
Hmm.
Hmm.
14.
So, yeah, with that one, then you just feel this thing as just this uncertainty sinks into you as he's going to use the 50% chance to do nothing.
Gosh.
Greer.
They were really rat bastards when they made this fucking AP, didn't they?
Yeah, they were mean.
Find out if I have actually can do anything this turn, I guess.
Call even odd.
Even.
not +3. That's stupid. Even it is.
Then I'm just gonna fucking shoot him.
Shoot him.
19 to touch.
That's gonna hit.
So 9 damage plus 6 cold.
Yeah, so he kind of recoils and grabs at where you hit him and just like, but yeah, that seems to have hurt him. 6 on top of the.
So I can't really.
15.
I guess this thing's just it delivers spells, right? So I can't really reflex attack me.
Correct. They don't have attacks of opportunity.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna like move over here just to get away from it. Sorry, Dev.
They don't have attacks of opportunity, and they don't have flanking.
Dev, it's your turn.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to move up on him, I guess. I presume Char will go the other way.
Okay. Give me one quick second. I'm just checking what's potentially inside. Okay. Alright. So yeah, Char will start bounding up after him. Oh, I'm on the player copy, that's why I can't move it. 10, 20, 30. Yeah, so he's not going to be able to get an attack because it'll take 2 moves, but we'll be able to get there.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. On to Hobbs.
All right. Let's see here. I don't have a long enough range spell to attack that thing. What I can do though is move to here, so I'm within range of the hand. Is it up near the ceiling, or is it
Oh,
floating
it came down and it touched Grurk in the chest. So.
Oh, then I'll stay back, and then I'll try to Ray of Frost it to
Okay.
try to get rid of it.
Oh. Yeah, you
So-
blasted into oblivion. Do you want to do something fun with it?
Hobbs is pissed. So, not only does Hobbs is like a little icicle that he normally does, like how it's normally wreathed in flame, it is a pure blue frozen flame that when it touches it, it doesn't explode the hand, it freezes it solid, so it falls to the ground as a solid hand before shattering.
Nice. Yeah. You entirely freeze it, and he just kind of growls as he feels that connection fade. Ooh, I like that.
You've done this to me! Your bloodline will pay for your sins! Hobbs will move to, like, here, but doesn't want to get too close because spells. But that's it.
Okay. So Char already took there, so it goes on to him. I'm gonna move Char after Dev. He triggers an attack of opportunity as he starts casting a spell.
Alrighty. Attack.
Yeah, that's gonna hit, so go ahead and give a trip attempt. It's not gonna deal any damage, but the trip attempt is still valid,
Fair enough.
which will trip him.
Good for me.
Yeah, and that'll turn that into a hit. Yeah, and your Morningstar seems to crush hard into him as he lets out a kind of screeching noise. Cold Iron goes right through his DR. So then, yeah, that was while he was casting, so he's gonna have to concentrate. Half the damage. Here's one right through, so 11. So that's gonna go to 5. So it's only a 10. Can he fail? He could potentially fail, but it is only on a 1. No. You'd see as he suddenly turns into sand and just seems to vanish as he seems to cast a spell and just... If you have spellcraft, you might be able to identify the spell work. I know you don't have to... I know... Oh, that is me moving the map. That's,
I have detect.
No, do you have spellcraft is what I asked.
Oh, I think so.
You can go ahead and roll spellcraft.
I'm not sure that I can roll it, but
Why would you be...
waiting for the sheet again.
Oh. Otherwise, I will say Griark. I will take a perception from you. Okay. Nothing to add to that then.
Everything get moved or?
No, it might have all got moved because I accidentally moved the map and then I moved it back. So it might not have moved back on yours. It's gonna cause that to... Okay. You do hear shuffling coming from the south, Griark, with that perception roll.
Shouting?
Shuffling.
Oh, shuffling.
Yeah, you know, like every day. Griark?
Yeah, if you're shuffling from the south. Let's see, how far can I get? Get over here, around the fountain. Do I see anything?
Yes, let me get them onto the thing for you. So give me a second here. Oh, you still can't see. What the hell? I didn't illuminate that?
It's gonna running jump across the fountain.
Is this still... Is that still black to you? On my player side, it's black.
Yeah. I see like 10 foot of hallway and that's it.
Oh, no, that's what it's supposed to be. On my player side, like, if you look at the stream, you can see what that room looks like, and it's like, wait a second, that's not how it...
I can't see on yours. Yours is still shifted in a weird position.
Oh, well, you just put black there.
Yeah, I'm doing that on purpose so I can try to remove it.
Okay.
Okay, that got rid of that portion. That is really weird. I can't figure out why it doesn't show that right. Alright, in any case, yeah. You would see coming that way, dressed in priest robe, seems to be a zombie. Seems to be singular. Trying to
I
get it
have
tilted
no
up for
time
it.
for this.
Would have actually made it to right there.
So anyway, is her blasting?
So yeah, does it look like it's coming here for a fight, or is it just like, hey, I'm wandering around my daily routine?
No, it looks like it's moving with purpose, and as it sees you, it kind of raises a hand.
All right, well, I'm sharing it.
Finally got my spellcraft.
You did! You'd recognize that as a dimension door.
Wait.
Which means he probably doesn't have the rest of a turn, but, you know, he's somewhere.
somewhere to do more shit to noise. Another spook through a hand, likely.
Uh,
Yeah, it's probably okay. Yeah, 11 versus touch.
let me double check the zombie. Baseline zombie is a touch 10. So yes, you crack him down as you hit him in the middle of his spine and he goes down.
Just call it, oh good, more shit's coming from the south, or at least one did.
Oh, actually wait, I wasn't accounting for DR. Sorry, Nikki.
Well,
Bullets
with
are-
four more cold damage do that.
Well, that would help it, but he's not down. Sorry. I apologize, Nikki. I misread the block. That does put us... Actually, no. How did that go from... Because Dev... No, that was his turn. Dev... That's right. So, Dev, your turn.
Okay, I guess I'm gonna move down this way. Up off there. And I'm gonna cast Protection for Evil on myself.
Okay. So, cast is however in the... And that looks to your... casting as there's a little bit of an aura around you and then it vanishes from sight.
Mm-hmm.
I suppose he could have tried to gauge you, but he forgot to, so that's fine.
I don't have anything else.
Okay. Char moving with you. Hobbs.
Hearing that there's undead below us. Below us. And Hobbs is going to move around the fountain. 20 feet there, and then move 30 feet there. See this zombie. We're like, this house will be cleared until I get my revenge.
Yeah. And now that you'll put him back to dead. Okay. Yeah, that burned.
Plus dead.
Plus dead.
Plus dead, plus ratio. That's it for now.
Okay. This one I'm actually going to say, Hobbs, give me your perception.
Sure thing.
And actually, Dev, too, you can technically.
Hooray! Perceive. I'm not that
Your-
perceiving.
Your curse is transferred. 1 second.
It's been more than a second. No, just kidding.
Ah!
Alright, yep, the curse.
Yep, the curse.
Alright. The most I'll say is, Dev, after a bit, you kind of, as you're moving down, you cast a spell, you'd hear suddenly a thump, 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 as something seems to be thumping on that door there.
That door? Outdoor. Okay.
The west door.
Gotcha.
Seems like something's banging on the stone doors.
Excellent.
Alright, but Griark, you have a turn.
I mean, fuck it, I'm just gonna... or I don't hear the banging, do I?
Go ahead, perception, because that's a hearing one. The perception was for something else, but I gave us... Yeah, you hear it.
I mean, fuck it, I'm just gonna shoot through the door.
Stone door.
Huh?
There's stone doors.
Well, I'm not gonna waste adamantine on that.
Real bullets.
I'm gonna look down here and see if anything else is coming.
Don't see anything else down there. You see that the hallway goes down a bit further. Opens up a bit to the right.
Yeah, I'm taking another move action, just move over here and wait for somebody else to open the doors.
Okay. Dev?
Oh, joy. Guess I'll move to the door.
You knock on it.
I'll open it.
Alright. As you pull it open, there seems to be a... You can see as he's in the midst in there, as he seems to be surrounded by teal energies. As he has two what look like little, kind of glowing seals that are hovering in midair around him, one under each hand. And then there's also a pair of zombies in between you and him.
Mm-hmm.
Seems to be a T-shaped junction, which I'll open up here in a second. I'm just trying to get the...
seals.
It's the seal of orichalcals!
Arf, 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 arf.
I'm just sitting here like, oh my god.
My favorite fucking ship host. This door is blocked by a very powerful seal. And it's like a really buff seal in a Speedo just flexing in front of the door.
Oh my goodness.
Voila. Ara.
Yeah.
Oh, and Deckle, thank you for the bits. Thank you so much, hon. Alright, so yeah, you can see that... Oh, it is shift. Oh, that's why the map is shifted on my player side. That's why it's doing that. Okay.
Are those bubbles animated?
Yes, they are.
Yo, that's Pog.
I have a lot of animated spell packs.
I can't wait to burst your bubble. Huh.
Not animated on the player side? What the fuck? Oh, maybe because I haven't...
I see it animated.
Yeah, I'm just looking at my zoom in. Oh yeah, they are animated. Okay. There, player side now sees it properly. Alright, so... yeah, and Deb moved over and opened, so I suppose Char's gonna kind of... Oh.
Yeah, Char would probably move to defend.
Oh, 10, 20, 30... Yeah. Growl. He actually would have enough movement to bite.
Boy.
They chomp. Ooh, he does bite into one. Cracks some bones on a zombie, but he doesn't trip him. Hobbs, you have zomboids. I saw what you did.
I need to move closer. I really just want to say fuck the zombie and just try to blast that bitch.
Clearly doing some sort of magic that's
Yeah.
taking him a full round to cast.
Yeah, that's why I want to try to stop him from doing that by blasting him.
Do it.
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna blast him with a little bit of ice, a little bit of icy spice. Nope, no, I'm not. I lied
No.
to you.
Yeah. Just it wings past his head and he just kind of glares over in your direction.
That was a warning shot. You only get one.
Tell him, Peter.
Everybody gets one.
All right.
That's it.
So, he is going to potentially finish his cast. So first, we'll say a 1's good for him. Oh.
No.
And high or low on this one. Oh, and he rolled high, of course. Oh, goddamn. All right. you were saying about this adventure. Goddamn. So, you would see his two little bestial heads that look very familiar appear right next to him. That look just like the one you fought in the other house.
Oh no.
Shit, what's the name of those things? God damn it, because I know I used the token for it. The
Gargoyles?
fucking- Yeah, that's what the token I use. Thank you. Even though these aren't Vargwheels. But he does complete his summon. But otherwise, for the rest of his turn, he's going to first turn his gaze over towards you all. So let's see. So Char and Dev, I need a will save.
You said I should be immune, right?
Yes, you're immune. Oh yeah, you're immune. 10, 20, 30. Okay, yes. No one else is in range, so just Char. Oh, excuse me. Is Char's fort save any higher?
Probably yes.
How much higher is it? We'll keep the 11.
Uh, 3 higher.
That'll make it a success. Okay. So he is unaffected by the gaze. But you would see as then he suddenly discorporates as he just turns into a bunch of rags, and the sandstorm, a blast of sand just fills this entire area as it begins slashing into each of you. So visibility drops to I believe 5 feet. I'm gonna get the sandstorm rules up here. Druid sandstorm starts in the background. No, I'm just kidding. What?
Nothing.
What was that? Deckle?
Hmm?
What was with that noise?
Oh, I am just not loving this place.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Okay, so luckily the damage is very low and it's only per hour, but so it immediately deals D3 points of non-lethal to everyone with it. It's a 100-foot radius, which means he's going to get everybody. It does technically hit the zombies, but they're immune to non-lethal. Yeah, it's not going to get to the DR. So 3 non-lethal to everyone as he vanishes from sight and the sandstorm overtakes. It's actually unless it's an intense fog, it doesn't actually give any concealment, but it does give a -4 penalty on perception based on visual. But otherwise the Doru are going to attack. Yeah, so they're going to basically just fly out and fly above these ones here. So I'm going to put them kind of offset, but one's going for Char and one's going for you. So for Char, with the charge, 18.
I'll hit.
For 1 non-lethal, and he's going to be poisoned. Yuck token. And the other. A 12 does not hit you.
Especially on a natural 1.
Hmm?
Especially on a natural 1.
Yep. And then the zombies were pounding on the door, so yeah, they're gonna try to slam at you guys. So 1 slam towards Char. Ew, 20.
I hit.
For 7 damage. And the other one at you. Two natural ones on you. Griark.
Just shoot one of the floaty assholes, I guess. One that's. I'll shoot the one that's attacking Div.
Okay.
Oh, well, that might do it.
Does a musket still have a ×4?
Musket's only only a time 4, yeah.
So it's going to be 4 damage. Or actually, no, it'll be 8 because point blank.
Plus 6 cold.
Okay, so 14. And the cold, does it get through?
Oh, good shit.
Yeah, 14 to that one. Yeah, he's not doing well and is most likely going to fall. Are they perfect? Oh, it is perfect flight. Yeah, no, so they're hovering. Okay. Anything else?
Nothing else I can do.
Dev.
I feel bad about undoing your handiwork, but I need to channel.
I'm confused.
Char is not good, and I'm hurt, and I'm channeling.
It's not gonna heal the zombies at least.
They haven't been hit.
I don't know.
Okay. So, yeah, heal 4.
Unless you're non-lethal, guys.
Yep, don't forget your non-lethal. It doubles on that.
Cool. Back to full.
And don't forget you can tell Charter withdraw.
Yeah. Probably best. I'll point to him to behind me. Back.
First, give me a fort save for his poison. I believe it's in. Yes, once around for 6 rounds. So he takes 1 point of wisdom damage. Yeah, he'll withdraw so he doesn't trigger from the first square, and then he's gonna just. Yeah, he can just back up. He's gonna stay within sight so he can watch, but probably just moves right over here. All right, which was it to Hobbs.
Okay. I'm going to try to angle this the best I can, but I want to move to here. And then I want to flame hands.
Burning
Because
hands.
yeah, because I can still do it as a racial thing. I have it once per day as
Yeah.
racial. So
Do it.
it shouldn't matter what my charisma is. And
Right.
I should be able to avoid them while still hitting all 4 of these, possibly.
Yeah, and you'll still get your damage per die from your sorcerer stuff, so.
Yep. Spells. Let me pull it up real quick. 1 second. Yeah, my thing is being a little slow like normal. Right, burning hands. Oh god. Oops. DC
Yeah,
11.
The DC would be higher than that because it's. Oh no, your charisma went down.
Yeah.
Oh no, but racials go off your highest. It just usually is your casting stat because it's the highest. So if you do have a higher mental stat.
Let me check. I have an intelligence, so of +3.
Okay. So one zombie's actually wait. Let's check the zombie. They might be. There's 0. So yeah, one zombie is going to half damage. Go ahead and roll the damage, by the way. The other one's going to fail. The Doru do try to dodge because they don't know what's coming, but then they realize the fire can't hurt them.
Oh fuck! I forgot that they're immune to fire. I'm stupid.
No, the zombies did a lot of damage to the dog. I don't think you're stupid. Taking those 2 out.
How much does the? Oh, okay. So 1d4 plus caster level, so it's 3d4 plus 3 because of my thing. So 8 plus 3 is 11.
You incinerate one zombie, and the other is heavily scorched.
Oliver Tanuki, thank you for the prime sub.
Tanuki!
Welcome.
Tanuki, thank you for the sub. 7-month streak. Hell yeah. How was your event tonight?
He is trying to kill us.
Also, Oliver Nightbot is also still defanged, so you don't need to cry about it. He is. Make fun of him. It was very
It was very.
event. All right then.
Fair. I think that's all I can do right now, so that's what I did do.
All right. So, you hear an odd screaming noise. It seems to be moving through the sandstorm itself, and it does seem to lessen. The penalty goes from -4 to a -2, but you don't see any effect from the main div right away, as it just seems like it's coiling into some ropes all around, but you don't see any section that might be his body.
Gotcha.
You burned part of him.
Possibly.
Griark.
I just gotta shoot the guy I shot before.
You wanted him. Unfortunately, that shot's gonna miss.
Unfortunate.
Oh, I forgot to move with him because that's on his turn. Shit. I do need to catch them up, which is fine. It's not like it changed much. We'll just have them wait a second as that screaming seems to confuse them. So the zombie is going to swing at Dev and miss. The Doru that got shot does seem to fly over towards Griar. It does fly over Dev as it tries to go in a bit of a perpendicular path.
Okay. Like attack of opportunity.
Yes, you can. That's why I was mentioning it that way.
Can I also?
No, it's not going over you. It's going east and then south.
Okay.
Oh, you strike him down and he vanishes into just a pile of sand.
Good shit.
The one that's still here flutters down closer and is going to try to bite you, though, Dev.
Okay.
For a 21.
Yes.
All right, good. Good shit. All right, Griark. Dev. And, I'm just going to add these guys to the list so they're just on there. And they'll just go there after Griark now.
Fort.
That's a success. No wisdom damage. Poison is still active.
Okay. And then I'm going to. Let's back the floaty guy. I'm still more afraid of him.
Yeah, they seem to be very good at their bites. Even though they miss, but, they're adding 9. And it's unfortunately going to miss.
Fair enough.
All right. Is Char still holding back, or?
Yeah.
Okay. Hobbs.
Yes.
Still a zombie right there.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna try to finish off this zombie because I feel like Dev might be able to take out the flying thing with more efficiency than I can. So, pew! That's not what I meant to do. 1 second. Ignore that, please.
Ignore the man behind the curtain.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a shame about that second roll, though.
Yeah.
The
No
demon.
confirmed, but it did hit.
Which demon? To Oliver.
Wait.
I know about the. Oliver said he brought back the demon.
Oh.
How many times did you hit Ray of Frost?
I guess I accidentally clicked it twice and I crit both times, but the
Oh, the first one did confirm. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, you incinerate that zombie. He is going.
Good. Lovely. I looked at Dev. I'm sorry about you having to look at my face, but please kill this flying fucking thing. I believe in you. Thumbs up. Okay, that's it.
See you, Oliver.
My father.
You would hear more screeching noises as it seems like that thing is just echoing all around the room until you see more of those ribbons of sand suddenly recoalescing. But you see it coalescing into two areas on that stage right in front of the stage, as you'd see a familiar form of sand that seems to be trying to grab him by the arms.
Oh.
But it seems like on his turn, he is just actually just locking his gaze and just seems to. You'd actually see that same kind of teal energy just kind of washing over her. Looks like Heshasharu merged with the sand and wrenched him out of that form. But is now suffering his cursed gaze. But he seems to be just uttering curses at her. Does anyone speak Abyssal?
I might.
I don't think I do, no.
Nope.
I speak it, yes.
Deb, you can hear him as he's uttering to her just the feel it all slipping away. Whatever drove you to this madness, it's all going to leave you as every last bit falls like sands of time. Seems like he's addressing memories.
At this point, can I tell Char to defend her?
Yeah. Yeah, which Char would dash up the he's already rolled for this turn for this poison, so he doesn't have to roll again. So he could bound up into flanking. He's currently grappled by her. Get back to his page. So his dex is down, so he doesn't have the dex, so he's a 16, minus 2, 14, and the flank, so that'll hit. Go ahead and give a trip. That will get through some of his DR. Okay, no trip, but he does make that same kind of chiming, howling noise.
Fair enough.
All right. Griarch. The sandstorm is now gone.
I mean, I'm gonna. Let's see. How can I say it?
I am the storm that is.
Yeah, just move a little up here, and I'm gonna. I'm gonna help my girl Hasaru. Shoosty, rooty tooty.
Gonna hit. Also, I need to
Cold
roll on
damage on
her
top
will
of that.
save against, or it's a fort save against that. Okay. Alright, so 7 damage. So the 35 taken. He is still active, but yeah. Seems like he's bleeding sand. The Doru is going to continue its assault at Dev as it tries to bite at him. But misses with the 17. Dev? Unless, did you have anything else, Griarch? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to watch
No,
over.
I don't have anything else.
Okay.
Um,
I'm very curious what demon Tanuki.
um, um, yeah, I guess I'm still gonna swing at this thing because
That'll crush into it. And does it have damage on it? I think it does. Let's see. It had. Oh no, it doesn't. Okay, so but that does pierce it. So it kind of recoils from the thing and just kind of bares its teeth at you.
yeah.
Char's after it now. Also, I need Char on the list too, since. All right. Hobbs.
Target spotted. He's back. Shit. I need to move so I'm within 30 feet of him.
Do that.
So, boop. 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 I think if I get here, I'm within 30.
Yes, you are.
Cool. Ice bolt.
Roll another crit.
I will. I'll do it. I won't. No. Oh, fuck. No. Stop. First one.
All right, first one, 4 damage. Right, puts him to 39. Yeah, he's still active, but you do hit him.
I'm not done with you yet. I told you, you only get one warning shot. And that's it.
She's going to try to maintain the grapple. Let's see. Let's get the Sandman. Sandman stat tree up. I don't think she has any other great options other than burrowing with them, which isn't exactly a solution. He's not susceptible to the sleep, so she wouldn't burrow on that. Yeah, so she's just going to keep trying to grab him. So maintain 23 versus his CMD is a 19. Yeah, so she maintains. So then she's going to try to force him into more of a pin, try to expose him to Char. Just take another roll. Oh. Well, luckily she doesn't lose control of it, but yeah, so he's still just grappled.
Fair enough.
Which he's gonna glare back at her as he's gonna continue that. He can only choose one or the other, and even though Char's behind him and more mobile, so well, she does seem to be wilting under the cursed onslaught, but which in that form seems to be like a lot of what makes up her defined form seems to be turning into more of an undefined mass. But all right, but then Char has a turn. Oh no, he has to act. What am I doing? Oh yeah, he would do that. So defense. That's a concentration. She could slam him. Slam. Don't think it's gonna hit. She had 6, so that is gonna miss. All right, so he still is grappled though. He does get it off.
Count her flank, right?
Yes. All right, and so that does get off the concentration. He does trigger from Char for the cast. So Char's gonna get 2 attacks in a row here after his turn's done. Yes. So she gets a will save. She adds 315. Okay. But that's going to be his turn. He seems to be trying to warp away, but can't with her right there. But otherwise, does look like whatever spell he works seems to be sinking into what constitute her head. But Char does get his actual turn. If you want another bite. So first fort save. He might be able to cure himself. Dude. Gross. Okay, D2 wisdom damage. So 2 wisdom damage. 3 out of 6 rounds passed. You can bite. Very nice. Yeah, and with the +4, effectively, he's getting to the attack. That'll confirm, actually. So how would you like Char to kill him?
Just grab his neck and just hold it until he stops moving, probably.
Unsummoned divs don't despawn like the one you saw, so yeah, this one's just the same, but he does melt into sand apart from what seems to be a gemstone eye, as he just kind of Char rents the life from him.
Lucky dog.
This will take you out of combat effectively, but since there's two of it, you do see as
Isn't there still a dude here?
no, because that's a summon, so he's gonna vanish as soon as this guy dies.
Gotcha.
So, luckily that brings you out, and I can go back to. You do see though as Heshasharu kind of stumbles back, and she almost looks like she's about to raise a pillar of sand to attack at Char suddenly, but then like kind of stumbles back, kind of losing some of her form, and just collapses some as she seems. I'd say you guys would be able to recognize the confused condition.
Shisharu?
She doesn't seem to respond to her name. Just seems to be kind of staring down at the platform. I would say, from what you know of it, Hobbs, that the gaze itself, from what you recognized of it, should only last a round, but this is still lasting. At the same time, you guys did see that it was tossing out Bestow Curse willy-nilly, so most likely it got her with one of those.
Would I know who or what is now in the room with us?
Heshasharu, the sand one from the other house.
Oh,
She showed up
shit. I don't know why. I feel like her art's different.
because I used a Medusa instead of the Sandman art. Because the Sandman art's, I used the art from the book originally, and this one I just grabbed a Medusa because she likes the Medusa form.
Hobbs sees Heshasharu, thinks for a second, is like, Heshasharu, and then realizes what his face looks like, and then immediately ducks and hides behind
Well, currently she's not paying you much mind, but so noted, I suppose. I do need at least 2 more fort saves for Char, potentially 3. Just as he probably kind of whines as he comes back over to you. Probably watching Heshasharu a bit warily. Two more, 3 at max, but 2 is for sure. Okay, so let me double check the Doru save. Make it 16. Nope, it's a 13. So that's a success. Another one. Aha, he's cured. No more damage. But yeah, she doesn't seem to respond to her name, and she just seems to kind of stare down a bit, but she kind of looks up for a bit as you see like what looks like her face kind of passes out of the sand for a second, but then it just kind of slumps back into it as it just seems to be kind of this formless mass.
Hello, Heshasharu. So nice to see you again. How are you doing today?
Please. She's been cursed like you.
Oh.
Do you know how long this thing lasts, or is it we need to get cured?
Spellcraft?
Spellcraft, sure.
Yeah.
Come on, Paige. Chug along with me. Just need you to scroll down a little bit more.
Yeah, Dev, you would know that it's permanent until you get rid of it. You would know that you would need Break Enchantment, Limited Wish, Miracle, Remove Curse, or Wish.
That's gonna be fun.
You already rolled really high, so I guess I don't need to as well.
I mean, could be whether you know that too, but that's which you certainly do.
Do you think some of the clerics back at the temple would have, or the? Yeah, because there's clerics that have cured us before. Do you think they might be able to help us remove these things?
Probably. Plus, between all of you and the filth fever that we have, we should probably deal with that.
Yes, that's a very good idea. Heshasharu, would you like to come with us to get this cured?
Give me diplomacy. She seems to be like you can get through to her in pieces and a lot of repeating, but she seems also resistant. Like she's, I would say, it doesn't take much of a sense motive to realize that she knows she should remember you, but she's not remembering you.
I will assist.
Oh, all right. I guess roll with advantage then.
That's not how that works.
You should just give her a small bonus.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Can you fail to assist him?
I rolled a 16, so. Or no,
Oh.
that was your roll.
Also,
Where'd
Yeah.
try.
Yeah, that was my roll. My roll was a 16. That was a handle animal.
I don't know why it did that.
Listen, she is
That's
not
right,
an
I should've
animal.
rolled
She is a
up.
beautiful woman.
Push it just for skills. So it's a 9. So no, I can't fail.
Yeah. Okay. So you could have failed. So that's gonna be a +4. Okay. Which does get her kind of just the. It does become very clear that she's drawing up some of the sand in order to reform the best she can, but she doesn't speak much in this one, as it seems like a lot of what gives her the. I would say you get a greater understanding of the Sandman as like. It's a lot easier to just simply be what is closer to a sand elemental than actually making a working, concise form, especially how delicate she normally makes hers. But
Yeah.
in this case,
I have a question, and it's a weird one that I might know the answer to in game, but I don't out of game.
what's that?
So, Sandmen, are
Mhm.
they like? Is there like a central core or piece of them that's like, this is the most important part, and then everything else is like extra sand, or like is it like it's just a consciousness that can take over a massive sand? Like, what's the best way to describe it? And the only reason I'm asking is because I currently have a pod on my back that if she's having a rough time forming herself, my earth elemental snake can just ride alongside us and we can put her in the pod and then bring her to the clerics to heal.
You would know that basically that depends on the Sandman, because they can basically anything that is composite of sand, including, because you've rolled well and because you know it, like even glass, they can actually technically turn into. It's just but a lot will also do sandstone. In her case, she is entirely just sand. So, but there's no core.
Okay.
In her case, she seemed to be very transient, but it seems like, at least when she showed up here, she was very solid, even more so than you met. But I mean, because you've talked to her, I would say it's like you realize that it's like, well, because you gave her, she seemed to enjoy being this personality. She mentioned that she's put on different personalities before with the people she killed to, like, you know, basically toy with them. In this case, it's like, well, this personality got liked. And so,
Yes.
but now she seems to be having a hard time holding on to it.
I will do exactly that. I will bring Terra out and like essentially wrap Terra around my neck for now and empty out the pot as best I can, and then essentially put the pot on the ground and say, Heshara, we want to help you. We want to make sure that you can keep this form that you like so much. If you're having a rough time, then we can carry you. You don't have to go through this alone. And I'm essentially giving her the option to essentially climb in so she doesn't have to struggle and can just focus on trying to maintain her form.
Okay. Does anyone else want to say anything as far as that before I... Because she seems to be a bit confused as she looks at the pot and just kind of...
I don't know.
You don't have to. I'm just asking. Okay.
Because I'm just trying to think, like, maintaining a conscious form while moving, while also having this curse on you, probably takes a lot out of you. So,
Yeah. She literally has to pretty much animate her legs and her everything moving, because to her it's easier. It's far easier to just be dust. It's just...
So I'm giving her the option to just be dust and focus on just having a consciousness, and then we're going to get her back to normal.
Yeah. To which I would say that, given your other one, rather than make you roll again, I would say that there's probably just this... There's a moment that you'd see this look of trust in her eyes, and then she just kind of... You have to dump out the sand you left for Terra.
Yes.
Because she's gonna take up all of it and most likely be trailing behind as some animate sand. because the breadth of her form is more condensed than it looks, because she condenses it and takes up all the space of her air. Like, literally, air doesn't move through her body because she's just... But, yeah, so she'll go in there, and I would imagine thematically it probably actually looks rather bizarre, like maybe like an arm or some of the snake just dragging through the sand behind you as you realize it's just tethered to her, but she couldn't fit it in.
I'm literally Garo right now. I have the sand gourd.
Oh boy. Get back.
Yes, let's go get healed.
There's nothing impeding you from getting out of here, so...
Right, then we're gonna make a beeline towards the people that can heal us.
Yeah, so going to the south gate would be your best bet, because then it's a... Which the guard there would be surprised, as you would be able to find out from them that, yeah, they found out that Heshisharu's case against the court this morning was cleared, so... And that they knew she was here, but she basically told them that she wanted to go and... That she was... It would be a short conversation. They basically mentioned that she was very adamant that she was going to go and watch where you went, but otherwise wasn't going to impose. And basically was I'm going to do it, you can punish me and distrust me, but I can fly through the air as sand, so try to stop me.
What you gonna do?
Yeah.
But
God.
otherwise, yeah, the guards would have also spotted that they saw, because they were watching her effectively, because they wanted to make sure she wasn't going into some other tomb or something. But in any case, it looks like she moved in as soon as she saw the sandstorm.
Alright.
But yeah, the city's considered a safe rating with the Festered Sun, so no chance of encounter. So takes you a little bit to walk all the way out, but otherwise you approach the Pharasman Church.
Greer's just gonna be like, that'll probably be nice to you if I'm not with you.
Then, thank you for the raid. I hope that wasn't too long ago. I hope they missed that. I've been okay. Kind of sad the last couple days, and also trying to scrounge together money for rent next month, but otherwise good. How about you?
Golden. React, don't you need healing as well?
Nope, I didn't get, I got briefly confused, but other than that, I didn't get hit with anything.
Oh, okay.
What's happy juice, Koala?
Whatever drink you have in your house that would make you the happiest to drink right now. You said you were sad. I want you to be happy.
Maybe my energy drink, even though it's a little late, but it's not too late to drink it. And I like my Monster, and I have one left. I can drink that.
Get that punch.
And it's my favorite flavor, the one that I have to get from the gas station. It's not, because it's like, I like the Pipeline, but the Pacific Punch is far better. I have one bottle hiding that and I didn't even realize I had it. It was literally in I have one of my dresser drawers. It's just filled with like some extra emergency food and stuff. And I guess I stuck here, one sec, I gotta set down my thing. I guess I set it in there, and then I found it the other day when I was looking for something to make for dinner, and I was like, huh.
Good night, Golden.
Good night, Golden. Thank you for coming. And thank you for the raid. I didn't get to ask how your stream was.
Oh.
Good. I'm glad.
Get some rest.
Yes, sleep well. Ooh, Warframe. I'm using some Warframes in one of my SCP events. Because I'm doing a series of events that are like in cyberspace, and the researchers get to be Warframes. Oh, that smells so good.
Yay, the happy juice.
Thank you, Koala, for the hydrate.
No problem. I literally had to turn off my hydrate redeem because I don't have any drinks in the house.
Not even water?
I mean, I could get water, but like aside from that, I don't have like any good drinks in the house.
Me and Cephas have been talking about getting like potentially like a jug of like distilled water because the tap water's not great, and it's nice to have ice, especially in these hot months. But the tap water is kind of gross. So
Yeah.
it's like if we had that, just use it just to make the ice. All right. So, yeah, you go in and you go to the Temple of Pharasma. Probably get quite a few looks as you're moving through town. As they like, probably some people trying to say, you realize that there's some sort of elemental trailing out as they get waved off as they're moving through. But I would say
I have something that's covering most of my face.
Right.
Your paper bag?
Another elemental.
Yeah, yeah. My snake is covering most of my face. So
Terra, you are now my face.
Yeah, anytime anyone gets too close, Terra just gets very uncomfortably close to their face to make them go away.
The groundskeeper that found you guys coming out of the gator pools was probably the first to spot you. As he kind of looks over and just like you look like something's wrong.
Multiple things.
We've been cursed.
Best to see the High Priestess then.
You.
Thank you.
He goes to motion, actually goes to try to clear people away just because, like, you know, they don't know what exactly it is. And it's clear he doesn't know too much about the magic as you hear him talking to some of the priests as, I mean, for what you've seen, he's good with the animals. But in any case, a couple acolytes come over as they kind of move over to look, and probably looking at whatever you're using to cover the face, and just like, can we pull it off? Is it going to hurt you? We need to examine.
I removed Terra from my face.
Probably looking at the rest of you, just like, who is this man? Is this Hobbs' father?
Just a single tear goes down his face.
But Sharu needs help. She's unable to hold on to her form.
Yeah, I'll put the giant jug down as well. I'd recommend if you could get Heshtasharu first and cure her of the curse. And then after that, you can deal with me and Dev.
You'd see as Sabti comes down this way as she looks, and you would notice one thing that she, the first thing she's like, she asks, where's Greyark? Are they okay?
They're fine. They just thought that it was best to not come and offend you any further.
She kind of like gives a knowing nod at first, but then at that last one, she kind of, there's a little quirk of her, like kind of a twitch of her cheek, and then just that. But otherwise, she looks to the two that are needing the decursing, and she's like, all right, I'm going to examine these two as best we can, see what we can do.
Technically 3.
Are there 3?
Well,
Yeah,
I
me,
have
Dev,
filth
and
fever.
Heshtasharu. Yeah,
Oh, yeah, you have filthy, yeah.
I have a curse and the fever, so I'm in a real bad state.
Yeah, and given her heal check, she's not going to be able to miss seeing either of the things, so. Although, not out of any just wanting to use her own, but just because she'll call over some acolytes and she'll point to the two of you and just be like, alright, remove curse on these two here. And then these ones are going to need some disease removal, which isn't a guarantee, so I will be on. But let's have Acolyte Shemshin. And so, both of you give me a fort save with a +4. Well, don't add the 4, but I'm adding a 4. To remove disease basically gives you a new save with a +4, and if it makes it, it's gone.
Fort save. Alright, not too horrible of a save for me. Oh, there we go.
Filth Fever is gone off both of you. And then the remove curse automatically gets rid of the bestow curse on the two of you. So she does manage. She basically directs her other acolytes to get through. But they definitely have enough of those on hand, and they're not charging you for any of this, so.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Heshtasharu very quickly starts swirling out of out of the jar. But you would see as she starts taking her form, you realize that it's different, and she seems to realize quickly she doesn't need a mirror because she can feel where everything's going. But you see as she's basically playing with it to get down to a very fine tune of how she was just in that moment, which is a little more sharp of angles. She does look like a different. Oh, go ahead.
Can I try? You said that she needs a mirror.
No, she doesn't. She can feel where it is. So it's like
Okay.
she's working without a mirror, but she doesn't need one.
Okay.
But it's clear that she's basically shifting through and realizing, okay, that's out of place. She's basically very quickly trying to put it all back together. But it isn't a different. Like she looks like a different person than what you met at the one, but you know it's the same. Just I would say that. I mean, how many Sandmen do you know?
Yes.
But at the same time, you'd see as it seems to cease.
Oh. I would look this up. The Char is also poisoned. It's got some. Not himself.
You can technically diagnose ability damage with it, so she'd be able to. I imagine that's probably doing like the eye test, like the doctors do, and seeing how fast he responds, as he seems a little duller.
Yeah. Does that cure my -6 charisma?
Yes, it does.
Ah.
Hog.
Lesser restoration. Yeah. She'll try one herself. She'll point out that she only has so many a day that she can do of this one without spending more, but she just mentioned heal 3 wisdom, which I think is all he took.
Yes, that should really fix the issue. Appreciate the generosity. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you very
Been-
much.
It's been more than deserved, so I don't see why I wouldn't. Heshisharu do you feel alright? I don't know what the curse was.
He was affected by a div. Well, they both were. At the. What it's called.
That is the Sanctum of Erudite Eye.
The what?
The Sanctum of Erudite Eye is what you think it is. They said it was just a temple to Nethys, but judging from the way the other one was, and that's what the other group called it, they weren't certain that it's that, but they had the Pharasmans did say they thought that's what it was.
Oh. No, I was saying I didn't know what the div was called.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, actually, Koala's character would. You would know that was a. Get it back up. I moved away from
Wasn't it like an aha or something?
It's like an amash or something. Let me see. It's a gosh.
A gosh. I was like, it sounds something in that range of like, aha.
Yeah, to which
Gosh.
it's. Yeah. They hate anything that is of worth or. Actually, she'd probably pause and look at Heshisharu and it's like, actually, I could see why it would do what it did to her. But she would be able to voice that it's like it made me think that I had forgotten everything. But clearly I haven't. I doubt your magic just. Then she kind of pauses and gives a little bit of a distrustful look towards Sabti, but then as she seems to calm down, she's like, no, I don't think that could be rebuilt.
We'll say we're very happy to have you back.
I'm happy that you are alright.
Yeah, so good timing on showing up. That thing was hard to catch.
Yes, it was a bit of a pain. Got rid of my beautiful face.
See as Heshisharu goes to kneel down by Char, she says, I think I bit off more than I could chew, so I am actually glad for this one and your quick thinking on the orders. And all of you. She smiles over at Hobbs.
Back to your lovely self.
Hobbs's red face gets slightly redder.
She takes a moment and she kind of puts a hand on her hip and just kind of tilts her head and just, I'm told that there's a problem with the sanctum.
Well,
Beyond the div.
we haven't fully explored it yet. There was a problem getting there. We were attacked by mercenaries.
Yes, that's what I'm referring to. Some of my guards said that there may be an issue with some of the other delvers.
They said they were hired by the what do they call them? The Nethys followers.
So I'm trying to scroll back to their name because it's eluded me for the moment as well. Hiccups. I hate hiccups.
Alright.
Sandra Bullock. Sandra Bullock! The Scorched Hand.
They claimed the Scorched Hand were responsible. We interrogated them.
Yeah, that's what the guard said, and that you had asked for the guard's response. I can't directly, because that's not directly in my purview. I can organize the direction of it, but unfortunately the militant branch is a bit less, or a bit more languid, I should say, when it comes to exacting punishment unless we have direct proof of it. That being said, if you get it for me, then I will move as many heavens and earth that I can to get them properly dealt with.
Understood. Would have imagined they had plenty of time to get in there if they knew ahead of time. Although it didn't seem that disturbed.
Well, if I know those followers of the dual-faced god, as I do, they tend to take their time with matters of danger. Be diligent, and I wouldn't be surprised if they took their time in whatever they did there. So you may not be as behind as you think.
I see.
At least if that seems to be like if they weren't in there long. Still, we shouldn't dally. Who knows what they're defacing in there, or stealing.
I suppose we should get back to it then.
I will also say it's not of great importance and maybe something that can be looked at later, but there was also some kind of pool that had different pillars that had elemental symbols on it. I don't know, something to be looked at later, but it definitely piqued my interest.
Sounds like a sacred pool, similar to our grand one outside. It's said to be a gateway between this world and another, and most gods of Osirian will, be it the ancient ones or the new pantheon, respect it as a doorway between planes. The larger, the greater the number, the larger the entrance or exit. Which probably is a little foreboding given that the one outside of the Horizon Church is massive. Talking like White House, like.
Right.
I should say Washington, but. Well, do stay safe. I don't want this to be your group's end. As much as it may be untoward to have preference between the groups, but at the same time, it's not exactly a competition. At least it shouldn't be.
Oh,
Nothing
we've
more
had
than friendly competition.
good luck with most of the others.
Appreciate it.
So I'm afraid I don't have much more to tell you at this point. We Had a few fights, and that was about it.
All right then. Well, I'll look forward to your report on your successful return.
Thank you again.
Do me one favor. She holds up a single finger.
Yes.
Do tell Griark that she is not without all friends here still.
I'll let her know.
Some of the acolytes seem to get past, like, you could just see, like, not like they're not making it overt, but there's definitely probably some cast eyes as they're watching, and definitely seems like that's a torn opinion in the church, but yeah, the idea of... But I'd say some don't even know what's going on and probably give, like, just kind of a clueless look, like, what?
No.
She steps back to the back area. Cloister.
Well, looks like we still have a job to finish.
Well, do have some time left if you guys want to continue on. It is 10:30, but I mean, I'm good, but I don't know what you guys have for tomorrow, so I don't want to...
Ooh. That's a good question.
I just drank an energy drink, so I'm good.
I'm gonna be awake far too long, regardless of what we do. So
So to 3 a.m. then?
I
don't
might
know
be
about
in the
that.
minority on this one, but I'm pretty fucking tired already.
Okay, well, we don't have to continue. I did, as you may have noticed, I did remove whereas most of the time my creatures have advanced template and 50% more HP, these ones didn't, because you guys were a person down. So,
Yeah.
but as you return, you will notice that things, I mean, assuming we have everyone for the next session, then you'll be back to normal setup.
Sounds good. And yeah, I think since we are missing Goblin, it's pushing too far further.
Yeah, we can save more for whenever Goblin gets here. Have the whole party together.
Oh, I need to talk to Tanuki too after we're all said and done. Alright, so I hope everyone had fun. Golden, I do see that you went to bed already, but if you're still about or listening, you have a wonderful night. Everybody in chat, I hope you enjoyed the adventure. We have more to come next time.
I had fun.
Same.
I had fun until I became ugly, and then things became less fun.
You know,
I mean, that -6 was so bad. I was like, oh no, their poor modifier.
Because I was like, oh no, it's just reality, and then I became hot again, and I'm like, Pog, fiction.
Oh.
oh,
You have no idea the mention of the and suddenly female, like, there was a point I definitely put that far too much into my games where I was like, transformations for not only gender bending but just transformations for everybody, and I was like, man, I know I've actively resisted it, even though certain people always want it done.
Angel.
I mean, I wouldn't complain.
Angel.
Koala's been saving up to get transformed by me anyway.
Angel. If you
Yes.
make those polls have the ability for me to switch between the 4 elemental races, or the 4 different elemental things, and gender bend at will, you bet your ass I'm gonna do it.
I mean, I've been considering adding a 4th tomb. I know they said there's only going to be 3 rounds, but I've considered making a custom dungeon and playing with it just for this book, because, like, yeah, it wouldn't be, I mean, since you're in this one, it's kind of the climax and all that, but at the same time, it's not like it's a hard issue to CR up a dungeon, you know what I mean?
Right.
And, like, I just have to look at book 2 and see, like, if there's, like, if the story immediately progresses, then, like, but it's like most Pathfinder books give you a point of downtime, so it'd easily be like, for them to be like, hey, you guys did such a good job, we're just going to give this one to you guys, it's not part of the same thing. And so it's like, because I've been considering doing something like that, and maybe put some cool stuff in it, because I was just, because, like, I know from the Pathfinder forum when I read the review of it, it's like, they mentioned that the dungeon diving is very like you don't get to see a ton of like interesting different dungeons, and these ones all definitely have a like this one's undead and ruined. This one's a variance of magic. The first one was kind of stereotypical tomb with magic in it, but it definitely pulled off like because the first one was designed after like a real tomb in like reality, just with a Pathfinder story bent, and so. Oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry, tracking's messed
And so,
up.
I considered adding one that wouldn't be like worth any XP or any of that. Wouldn't be another milestone towards anything, but it would have loot and cool shit in it. But it's like at the same time, I was like, what would I do? I'd have to. But I don't know.
Mhm.
Could be fun.
Yeah.
I've done it before. There's a certain type of a Gathian that I added as an NPC in my Kingmaker, my private Kingmaker game. So don't need everyone running off to see if it's transmitted. But they basically have a bunch of different forms. Because if you don't know, the Draconal Gathians, they usually have like 5 or 6 forms, but they usually vary based on the forms, based on their personality. So each of the forms is something that takes up a slot, like a major part of their like the 5 or 6 major portions of their personality. And it's not that their personality is only in those forms, it's just when they're in that mood they turn into that one, and they're generally gender shifting. And I was like, so I had a lot of fun making that NPC, also because it was a very important NPC to the story. So that one was like, I was super happy with how it came out. But
The only thing that would get slightly confusing with Hobbs, right, is that they are a flame sorcerer. So like, yes, I am now Water Hobbs. All right, so I'm still gonna do fire.
Steam Hobbs. Steam
Steam
Hobbs.
Hobbs. Steam Hobbs. And then if it is Earth Hobbs, it would be Magma Hobbs.
I mean, there is a whole subset of that on Wizard where it's all based on admixture, and it's not based on the admixture normal one, because the normal admixture one is about changing your elements on the fly and doing it at will. But the admixture one is about you choose I think 2 of actually the combo elements based on the 2 on either side of your core element. But there's usually 3 because like it's basically like water and earth makes mud, water and fire makes steam, fire like I forget like because they had ones for each and it was cool. And I always thought that was interesting.
That is pretty interesting.
But in any case, everyone in chat, let's see. Let's find someone to rate. I wonder if there's anyone else playing a good tabletop RPG. I haven't rated one of those. I mean, well, I have, and the unfortunate thing is they're kind of like me. Sometimes they're so busy that they don't notice. But that shouldn't be a stopping point. I'm gonna find that. Let's find someone else.
Tabletop.
Someone else with not a ton of viewers. Hey, there's someone with only, I see this person named Koala TV playing Mummy's Mask. No, just kidding.
Right.
Star Wars D&D? Hell yeah, let's go. Alright, so... Wait, okay. The Nerd Knights. Okay, I like these guys. Let's go. Wonder what they're playing.
Alright, I'm in my stream. If anyone's watching my stream, have a good one. Have a good night.
Take care, Koala's chat.
Good night, voila.
I genuinely don't want to, but if anyone is, have a good one. Take care.
Alright, here goes the raid. Please send hearts and love and good feelings to them. I like their setup. I might have to... Alright, everyone have a wonderful rest of your night. Have a good weekend. If the Wyver game goes off, please tune in, and I'd love to see you there. Otherwise, talk to you later. And stay wonderful, please.
Bye-bye, everyone else's chat. Have a good night. Take care.
Bye.
Alrighty, my chat. We're going there too. So have a good night. Beautiful. Love you.
watching them.
Oh. So we're the Nerd Knights. 2 of us actually are knights. It's awesome. This game is great. They're talking to us.
This is my first time DM. I only ran one other session.
Al?
It was last
How's
week.
everyone doing?
On the links on the page, right? We have links to our
Okay.
YouTube channel.
Doing good.
Recap.
Okay.
Oh, nice. So you were also playing a tabletop game. So we figured we'd rate it. Well, thank you guys. Yeah, first time DM. This is his second session.
I
Yeah.
am very tired, and I was laying in bed right before the stream because I was just like so tired, but I was trying so hard not to like pass out.
Oh yeah, I had taken a nap.
Came up with the whole world and everything.
I-
We have multiple campaigns.
So, as my life tends to go,
Yeah.
I
We got, our YouTube
ran
channel
around at
linked
work all
up a
day,
bunch of
doing
different
deliveries all over the
campaigns.
place.
Unnecessary.
Then
Yeah.
immediately after
We've
that,
got a Mass Effect campaign.
or
and we
when I got to work,
tons of,
my check engine light
classic
turned on
D&D campaigns.
for the car that I've had for 2 weeks.
I've got
So,
3.
so to say that the start of the day was no bueno is
It's
an
gotta be like
understatement.
7 at this point. Like 7 different
Then
campaigns.
my mom wanted me to go pick up bullshit for her once I was done with work, and then I
Andrew's got
had
one
to
where
go
we're all
to
basically
an auto
playing
zone to do an
ourselves,
engine
that we got
check.
sucked into a D&D
But I
world.
did run into a friend that I haven't talked to in
Yeah, eventually
literal
I'm gonna do a
years,
Fallout
which is
1.
pretty interesting.
And
Yeah,
we,
but then I got home and I was hot and tired and sweaty, and I was just like, I'm just gonna fucking lay down. And then I laid down
Oh,
and I was
nice.
like,
So,
Yeah, welcome to
I
my
laid
world.
down and it was like an hour until stream, and I was like, I'm just gonna keep laying down until I have to get up. And I kept checking the Discord, and then like exactly at 8 o'clock, I saw that all of you guys were in the chat, and I was like, fuck, I gotta get up.
Hmm.
And then also you were doing DMing and playing a character. Ian and James did that for
Yeah,
a while.
that was dumb. And I couldn't do that anymore.
and we stream every Friday for the most part. And then
All right, I'm gonna go use the restroom and go to bed. So have a good night, you beautiful, beautiful people.
Every
every
Friday.
once
Good
in a while
night.
we'll take off a Friday
Good
if something
night.
comes up when we all can't make it.
Every Friday from 8 to 11 Central Standard Time.
Yeah, where you guys from? Can I do
Oh,
one?
really?
Ah,
This
man.
is like,
There's so much stuff I want to do, but don't feel like I ever feel like I have time for it.
Battle music. Oh, awesome! You're from Texas. We're also from Texas. We're from Houston. Right now, we're in Conroe.
So you can come see our show.
Dude, well,
Let's go.
Full armored combat.
Full steel combat.
Full steel combat.
Hills.
San Antonio, nice. Yeah, I'll put the link in the YouTube.
I'm gonna get some food because I haven't eaten it in a while.
Okay, Nikki.
17th of this month. Watch Andrew and I beat the shit out of each other. Next month. July. Then. Oh, they do Star Wars too?
Oh, really? Awesome.
Perfect.
Yeah, we stumbled across the whole Star Wars D&D thing. When was that? Like 2 weeks ago?
Oh, no, I mean, I've known about it for
Oh, you have?
over a year, but
Oh.
we were just, it took us a year to talk to you into gaming.
Yeah.
Because I'm so. I feel like I'm going so.
Oh, Saga edition for theirs. Like, yeah, because we're doing Legacy. Like,
Yeah.
you said, when does this
This
take
takes
place?
place. I want to say, just based off of my knowledge of the old Coder games, I think it's 39, 59 or whatever the fuck it is. Basically, during Coder and the Coder 2 era.
A long time ago.
Yep.
In a galaxy.
I wrote it down
In the
somewhere,
second
like
part,
roughly
probably.
the time.
You're out of range.
So it's around our campaign, the Star Wars campaign's around 39, 59 PVY.
Yeah, anyway, check out all our stuff, all YouTube stuff, and Ian's turn.
Oh, then also, if any of y'all are musicians, my brother over here does do a drum channel occasionally.
Yeah.
Let's get back to
Awesome. Thanks, man.
Yeah.
He said that theirs is a lot like the Coder 2 rules. Same
Oh,
classes
really?
and all, yeah. For their Saga edition. But yeah.
I spend my turn reloading my sniper rifle.
Alright, that's.
And that's it. You could have ended it right.
I don't have any bullets. Power
You
cells.
damn power cells.
Bob, you were up.
Oh, I'm up.
Okay, well,
Um.
that is cool.
I can't really.
Oh, no problem, man.
I can kind of see like half of the chat because of the jacket right here, so I can see part of it, but not all of it.
No problem.
Just like people that watch
Yeah,
us
we
sometimes.
appreciate y'all coming in here.
Because I mean, we've been streaming for what, almost a year, and I think
A little over
Yeah,
8.
Jesse, let's get back to this.
Anyway, so my turn, right? And the enemies.
I'm tempted to boost these people some on like Twitter and be like, hey.
Right.
You just reload it.
I reloaded
Oh,
my
yeah.
keeper.
Oh, it's like it's a bolt action.
I get 2 shots.
I
Oh,
just
two
pulled up
shots.
their Twitter.
And I'm on
They have
Jeff.
2 followers.
I was thinking it was 1 shot. So
We can keep playing, but we also gotta keep an eye on the chat too, because we actually have people in here. But
yeah. Well, that's why there's all of us. So
Right,
somebody can
exactly.
always keep an eye on the
Exactly,
chat.
No, I'm just pointing that out.
If y'all happen to watch a game
You're
with
using the wrong arm.
I
I
do
can't,
take
but
views from the audience.
actually, hold on.
So if you want to torture these
This-
guys and video me,
I'm not doing that because I'm too new. I think it's a cool idea. I just too new.
Nobody's in my line of sight, right? I'm right here.
You're the clear one.
Yeah, I'm the only like gray.
yeah, you should be.
Yeah, you're
What
good.
is nothing?
They are literally using the same music mix I just
don't
was.
have range on this.
Because it's going in the same order of songs.
Shock,
Yep.
120 feet.
And I'm like, that's funny as hell.
Man, these Jedi just
Alright, there.
throwing the
Are you
hand
okay,
at
Bob?
shit.
Like I said, I'm not
That one's got force lightning.
100% Jedi. That's why I've been saying I'm gray. But anyways,
Is that a dark side roll?
force lightning is dark side power. But I'm a Jedi. Yeah.
There's also in the
Unlimited
in the
power.
Force lightning too.
No, but this
And I think
literally
it's like no, it's called like judgment lightning or something like
this
that.
literally.
I
says-
absolutely love that they have a Dathomir witch in their party too.
Yeah, I don't think
Right.
they have that implemented into the whole Star Wars D&D.
Yeah. Let's see. I've never. My first time doing a dark power here, so it's a little bit lower of an attack modifier because my skills, I guess, are in light and universal.
These guys must be really new to DD because like I'm noticing like they got for their tokens like
Okay, this
the bits and bobs of whatever they have handy. You notice that?
Yeah.
3 on this.
Because like they got their players there, but then everything else is just like what they have handy. So it's like
Oh yes. Okay.
I wish I had.
Nat 20 plus 3, so 23 to hit. And we do brutal criticals.
So whatever he does,
You get
know,
that one.
max damage,
Nat 20 plus 3 to hit. 23.
damage plus a roll.
Natural 23. Well, no, well,
Unnatural 20.
natural 20 plus 3. There we go. I was right the first time. Anyways, and for our brutal criticals, it's max damage, and then you roll the damage die again, which is a
Yeah.
D10.
I tweeted a stream summary and told them that rated these.
Do you want to keep rolling or not?
Oh,
No, yeah, see your damage. See your damage.
she like is hard to a crit, but I'm still gonna roll the
That's the
damage.
way I'm gonna do it from now on. Whenever you hear me say that, that means they're dead, and then y'all can decide if you want to keep rolling damage.
No,
or
I
not.
always want to roll.
Okay, yeah, I always want to roll the damage. So automatically 10,
Yep.
and then I rolled an 8, so 18 damage.
Yeah, she's dead.
Unlimited power! And then she's dead. and
I'm like aiming my sniper at the
How badly
And,
do you need this guy alive?
another great thing about our game is we
I don't
use
know where-
gummies and shit for enemies.
I don't know
So
where we
when
got
you-
the idea, but it's just
It
great.
was changed. But whenever you kill an enemy, you get to claim your kill and eat it. So
Alright.
The guy alive.
Rabbit ass.
There was also supplies in here, so
Let's investigate. We'll investigate. Look, first you gotta.
Save life, the guy. What do you
okay.
You've got like.
Oh, I didn't roll a death save during all that.
Oh. if you're all still in here, I didn't realize that y'all followed. Thanks for the follows, guys. Oh, they're still in here. There's a dark Runo just said nice cutthroat. yeah.
Yeah,
You don't care. Shoot.
Yeah, no, you
You have
yeah, because it would be.
you have a healing spell.
So Bob, you went. So yeah, so I guess now that she's dead, it would still go.
Well,
Andrew, you would have been next, but
I mean,
Yeah, because
it's your call here. I can't heal him, but she can. So
I can as well.
well, I
but
mean, with
if
she
we're still
being
on
dead, the
initiative, my
initiative
turn
order
order.
would be gone because there's no
Yeah,
more
that's your
battle.
call, but yeah.
So I'm saying the
yeah,
initiative.
there's no.
Yeah, there's no more initiative, so y'all can go whenever now.
Loot time.
That's why I was gonna say.
I'll investigate for something.
Girl a supply.
Also, after the session, we'll follow y'all back.
I need to
I mean, yes.
Yeah.
Power still if you can give me what else
Alright, girl got anything on her?
No, what I was saying is there's also yeah, there's
No problem, man.
It's gonna be light sensitive.
there's also some supplies in here.
What kind of supplies?
Do we need to roll
It's
to
some signal boosting up on Twitter for you guys. They're gonna like
Dude,
shout out our channel.
Bob has to promote
Yeah.
the Pat McAfee show.
Big fan of the Pat McAfee show. If anybody else watches it, he's hilarious. If y'all like sports.
What's the next time on?
Other than the fact that it was that corporation.
What's the name of the corporation again?
I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's SANPHE Corporation.
Sam?
Also, the two guys they blasted.
They would be the same size as the other, so the heavy blasters and then the fucking wand, basically.
Alright, what's the next thing on?
In addition to the.
Oh, okay, nice. Yeah. I like obviously because I like
It's
MMA,
things
I like football and MMA
is
match.
so I was about to read stuff.
That's awesome, man.